you so much for joining the live. I did not do my 4 o'clock yesterday, but I am here today. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, 4 o'clock actually came. I had to make a decision if I was gonna stay and support a friend who just had um, breast cancer surgery. So I decided I was gonna show up for them instead of showing up here. So forgive me, but I had to make a decision. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate everybody joining. So we're gonna get started in a second. I can get my notification. YouTube, do better. Do better. What is my notification? So you guys know I am live. It did not pop up. Hopefully it is there and you all can see that I'm live. But let me know if you have any questions. I appreciate everybody joining. Let me know if I can support you. Um, so I can support as well. Appreciate everybody coming through. We're going to get to sharing out the live. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you all coming through. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much for joining the live. And as you guys get to coming in, I'm going to talk a little bit here and then I'm going to transition to my TikTok page so I can support over there. So let me know if you have any questions. I appreciate everybody joining me this here Monday morning. I'm sorry, Thursday morning. How you doing, Idea Barista? How's everything going? Did you get a notification? I wonder. I still didn't get mine. And I checked the bell. It's not there. So, just wondering. I thank you for liking the live as well. I appreciate the support. So, not sure what happened. So we'll see if some more friends come in. Yeah, my notifications are not showing up anymore. They don't show up as consistently. I think the last couple of days I haven't seen it pop up on the screen. So you said I did. YouTube is like, no notifications for you. For me, that is. So I wonder, I gotta check and see what's happening with this account. I do have the bell set. So I'm gonna come back and set it again. Reset it. So I have it set for all. We'll see what happens. How's everything going your way, friends? Does YouTube have the correct permissions on your device? It should. I mean, it's the same account. It had been popping up before. So maybe I need to refresh my screen or something. Probably reboot my computer. That's the only thing I can think of. I'm not sure what's going on, but I see the notification. It usually does pop up, so I will take a look and see if I'm missing something. With the updates. Thank you all for joining the live. I appreciate you all being here. If you are new to my live, make sure you like the live at the top. Well, I don't know if it's at the top for you, depending on your device. It's on the top for me. Thank you all for joining the live. Make sure you like the live, comment, hello, good morning, happy Thursday. And then if you have not subscribed to the channel, click that subscriber button. So subscribe to the channel and then you can click a bell to get a notification so that you know when I go live and I post content. So please make sure you engage and support the live stream by liking, commenting, and sharing, and subscribing. The shares, pals, do you share out the live from the computer? How does that work from a computer perspective? Because you're not on the mobile, are you? So what does sharing look like from a laptop? And who do you share it with? Do you share it with your own community? How does that work? I wonder if I shared it out. I guess you gotta have followers, huh? So you can share it out to people? I wonder. Okay. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate you. So we're gonna get going live on TikTok. You said I like. Thank you so much, friend. Appreciate you. Let's talk about the rules of engagement. We're gonna talk all things going live here. Appreciate you. Um, Hi, thank you so much. Let's stay focused. Love from India. Thank you so much, friend. Um, we're going to talk about the rules of engagement, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. My moderator, her name is Yes Michelle Crochet. She's not here right now, but she does come in. We like to keep this professional. This is all about live streaming, so I appreciate the compliments. But let's talk about live streaming and make sure if you are going live, we can talk about how things are going for you. And then I tell people, if you're not 18 years and older, this live stream is not for you. You want to make sure you're of age to go live on both YouTube and TikTok. So I'm going to talk about TikTok because I am a creator network agency over there. So I'm showing my phone. See, hey guys, I got a new case. So I'm going to show and talk about things live streaming over there in a little bit. So we'll hop over onto the TikTok side of the house, to the TikTok streets, and then we will make sure that we are supporting. And I always monitor my chat. So you gotta make sure you are not a bad actor. I'm not. You just hit the share button and the options to pop up. Okay, gotcha. Okay, okay. Um, I want to go dual live with. Oh, dual. You know what? Let me no. Well, I'm saying I don't know how YouTube works. TikTok, you can co-host. You can co-host and have a guest or a co-host on TikTok. I have not seen that feature on YouTube. So, Idea Barista, do you know if that feature works? How does that work? I think I've seen someone had a recorded video where they had someone on the screen that was a co-host session. However, I wonder if it was like another platform that they were using, and maybe that was a video I saw afterwards. It's pretty interesting. I don't know if you could stream that way here on YouTube. So that would be a great question in terms of how do you co-stream with someone? How do you have that ability to have someone else in the room? I think you need a third party like StreamYard. Okay, gotcha. To do it. Okay. So you can't do it through, so right now I use YouTube Studio. So I just go live from the studio. So you don't think Studio has that feature? It probably doesn't because I don't know how you would go about doing that. If I was to click stuff right now, I just said a 49-second clip highlight was uploaded. I think I just created a clip. I don't know what I just did. I pressed the button. I think I just created a short. So those features are here while you're in the live, but I don't see others to say, okay, if I was going to have a co-host, here's what I would do. Um, Not to my knowledge. Never looked into it though. Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know if that's even a thing. Okay. Um, All right, my dear friends, we're gonna get headed over to TikTok in a second. I do, like I said, I do co-stream. I primarily I'm hanging out on the TikTok streets because I am a creator network agency on TikTok, and so I do a lot of recruiting and supporting my existing creators in the agency. And so we're gonna be talking all things going live, and I answer questions and engage. But if you are here, make sure you like the live. We got 7 people in the room, so we should have at least 7 likes. And make sure you like the live, comment something meaningful, something that is relevant, and then make sure that you are subscribing if you've subscribed to the live, and then make sure you're not spamming the chat. We gotta stay focused, friends. Don't spam the chat. Make sure you stay focused on live streaming and connecting. Okay. So I appreciate everybody joining. In the meantime, again, make sure you subscribe as well. I had another point. Oh, um, I was gonna say I did not join. You look at the hello friend, you're laughing. Those emojis. Pause. This is another question for you. Where did those emojis? Is that on the computer only? I don't see that on my side. Nice life. Thank you so much, friend. Where did those emojis come from? The little laughing thing. Yes, those. Where did they come from? How do you get to those? I don't see them as an option. No, it's in mobile too. Huh. I don't see them. Oh, I do see them. I take that back. And they're all weird. There's different weird ones. Okay. Oh, all right. Okay. Not really, but I don't know. I think I think that was a troll. I think that was a troll comment. I don't think I do, but I don't know how she looks. So maybe I do look like her. So, But look here, I said let's focus. We're gonna talk about live streaming. I'm about to go on TikTok. So thank you so much for being here. Again, if you're new, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And we're gonna go live on TikTok. All right, friends. Hello, thank you so much, friends. Come on in. We're going to be talking all things going live. I appreciate everybody joining. Let me know if you have any questions. We're going to get to chatting and starting over there as we set up to go live. Thank you so much. I want to help you and support you. If you are nervous, afraid, or shy, come on in. We'll talk all things going live for you to connect and engage with your target audience. So let me know if you have questions. If you are new to my live, come on in. We'll get to chatting. Hello, friends who are joining me. Thank you so much. Hey, Yolanda, how you doing? Aisha, Alicia, thank you so much for joining. How are you, friends? Let me know if you are new to the live. I don't think you are. You both are returners. And so we're going to talk about engagement. Hello, say hello in the chat for me. And we'll talk about the grayed out Lisas. So we can talk about making sure you guys continue to get engagement points as a fan club member and support the live. Thank you so much. My blessings has arrived. Appreciate your friend, Yolanda Christian. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate the support. So we're going to talk about going live. Good morning. How are you as well? Appreciate the support. Dr. Trish, how are you, friend? Thank you so much for coming in. I was so tickled with Tenzi in her live this morning. She was like, yeah, I bought it from your showcase. She was so cute. She was confusing us as with the doctors. She's like, is this Dr. Lisa, Dr. Trish? One of y'all doctors. Love it. Appreciate you coming in, friend. You said I'm driving. So is this your work, your time when you're heading out to get to work? Hello. Hey, Nourish, how are you? I was just talking about you. You kept on confusing the two doctors. You was in your live this morning, Dr. Trish and Dr. Lisa. We got you all confused. She was like, I bought this tapper from your showcase. You was talking to Dr. Trish at the time. Yes, Tuesday and Thursday. Okay, all right, nice, nice. Good morning, Natty Nat. How are you, friend? Appreciate you. Kim Love Jones, look at you coming in, flying in, friend. Good morning. Y'all all must be waking up. Everybody's like, look here, I'm up, I'm out, I'm doing my errands, I'm going to work, doing all the things. I appreciate you guys coming in. Thank you so much for your support. I'm a YT as well. I appreciate everybody supporting over here. The curl just keeps coming up. Oh, TikTok gave me the flash goal early. Huh. I got 7 Octobers. That's different as a flash goal. TikTok, that's an interesting goal. All right. Well, thank you so much. TikTok says we're going to do October this morning. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Come on in, friends. TikTok said we're going to do a little something different. Super different TikTok. Thank you for that, friends. 4 of the 7 Octobers. We got 15 minutes to get it. I think we're going to do it. I appreciate you all. Thank you for the daily heart me on top of it. It's like, I'll give my daily heart me right now. Appreciate you guys coming in. Thank you for that. So we got 2 more Octobers to go. I don't know why TikTok gave Octobers. TikTok usually is a little bit lower in the threshold. TikTok said you need to work. I need you to work a little harder. if you gonna stay at this in this seed level, if you wanna advance, you're gonna have to work a little harder. So so we'll talk about that too, because I am C1 still. Thank you so much. And you know what, y'all? I'm gonna have to be honest with you. I'm one of those people where I like the C. Yes, we need one more. We'll see if another friend comes in and grabs it for us and gets us that last October. So we'll see. I have 15 minutes to achieve it. But yeah, the seed box is comfortable. No, she's so sweet. Yeah, you know what? When it's the flash goal, it's 1 per person, but I appreciate you, friend. I do actually have this as my regular live goal. So the flash goal, this is for you, Tenzi, because I know you're new still with kind of going live. And let me just say verbally, you did an awesome job. How long did you stay live? You stayed live over 90 minutes. I think you were almost close to 2 hours. And that is awesome. Thank you so much, friend. Appreciate you. That is awesome. You hold court, and it was just so inspirational and inspiring. So I had questions. You missed a couple of my questions because, I grew up, a couple things. So I grew up with what y'all call the 10, almost 2 hours. Yes, I saw you, friend. You said the 10 mackerel, the 10 sardines. And so that was so cute to me because I was like, my grandmother, my grandmother was from Oklahoma and my grandfather was from Georgia. So Southern boy meeting kind of a Midwest girl. And my grandmother, we talk about, obviously Black history and stuff and Native American history. And my grandmother was from the Choctaw Indian tribe that was in Oklahoma that had migrated from the south to Oklahoma, and so she was she was a reservation girl, and so she would grow up eating, food that was obviously with southern roots and stuff, and 10 10 mackerel, 10 sardines was in the everyday diet for us. Had it all the time. And so we were talking about, I was like, oh, that's interesting. And you was talking about poor food. And I was like, interesting. That was just the food you ate and you grew up with. And I guess my question was, so I remember them having sardines. Don't they have the little bones? Thank you so much for the DJ glasses. Don't they have the little bones in them? And so when you were cooking them, I was like, oh, she didn't take the bones out. Does mackerel, I'm trying to remember now, does mackerel have the bones? They do. So they do have the bones. So the way you did it, you just dumped it. Now, I know the bones are small. They're kind of easy to chew. They don't bother you too much. But for me, I just remember having to debone them. So when you did that, I was like, oh, she didn't debone them. Thank you so much. You said absolutely. Yes, but they're soft. Yeah, they're super soft. And so I'm assuming it didn't bother you. But I just remember having to debone them. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. She did it that way. Um, and what you did was that dish was something I had growing up multiple times. Now, it's interesting when you talked about the spices and cutting up the peppers, and you didn't do it this time. But in my mind, I was like, okay, I didn't grow up with the peppers. We didn't, obviously that's not, that I think that is a more Caribbean thing to do to have the Scotch bonnet peppers and stuff. So in my Florida years, I've grown to meet different people, coworkers, people from the Caribbean islands, whether it's Jamaica, the Bahamas, or Haiti, Cuba, all of it. And so knowing peppers are essential to the dishes, I'm used to that. So when you said, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But I know you said you didn't do it for own health reasons. Yes, you take the bones out. So we maybe that's, I don't know if that's an American thing or not, but I remember just having to debone it. And when you make croquettes, salmon croquettes, or use that to make kind of a patty with the sardines or the mackerel, she used to do that as well. So thank you so much, Kim. Appreciate you, friend. So it was just interesting seeing you because I was like, oh my gosh. And then when y'all talked about hardo bread, now this is now my college years. My roommate, she was half Jamaican. Her father was from Jamaica. And mom was from Grenada, I believe. I believe it was Grenada. And she, some folks take the bones out. Okay, gotcha. And so she was the person that gave me my first, and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say this is my mindset about it. Hardo bread, and she cut it and she put a Jamaican beef patty in the middle and made a little sandwich. And I was like, well, why would you put the bread if it's already breaded as a patty? So we had this whole conversation. She's like, just eat it. This is the way you're supposed to eat it. And she was from New York. Hello, I see you, Tinsy. You're talking about how the Q got filtered. And she was from New York. And so she grew up in stateside because parents moved to New York. And so that's cocoa bread. That's not hardo bread. You're right. You're right. So maybe I haven't had hardo bread, y'all. But no, I thought cocoa bread was hardo bread. Isn't cocoa bread hardo bread? So now I don't know, y'all, what I ate. It's not the patties and the cocoa bread. That's exactly what it was. Nope. Okay, no, I never had hardo bread then. I don't think I had it, y'all. I'm sorry. No, it's not. So no, I never had it. I've heard of it, but I never had it. I don't think I ever had it. I had the cocoa bread. I had the patties and the cocoa bread. No, I thought it was the Harlow bread. We call it, yeah. So she said patties and cocoa bread. That's exactly. It's more dense. Oh no, I never had that then. Unless I've had it with like food, like takeout. Unless they put it with the dish, and I just didn't know it. I think I've had. I know I've had festival. I know for a fact I've had festival, but I don't think I've had hard bread. I've had cocoa bread. I've had that. So this is all in advance of me coming to New York. With y'all and meeting y'all. Y'all be like, okay, we just need to go get some patties and cocoa bread for if you were in South Florida, you might have. I might have had it then. You said I love hard bread. Yes, yes. Um, So Tinsy had a great live this morning. She was giving us a whole, for me, it was a cultural conversation and it was just so nostalgic because, like I said, I remember eating that with my grandmother. Thank you so much for the Octobers we had. That was my flash goal, y'all. I don't know if y'all realized that that was actually the flash goal TikTok gave me. When are you going to NY? I'm going on Saturday. Are you really? So I'm gonna be there tomorrow. I officially get there tomorrow, but so we're actually gonna do a meet and greet on Saturday. What type of food do you want to eat? Oh, you know what? It's fine. I mean, lunch food, pizza. The place I picked, I actually, if you look at the menu, the food was really, really good. So I'm gonna send that out to my RSVP folks. Um, you said I was so confused. I know TikTok confused us this morning with that flash code. She has great energy. She does. I did make it for that one location already, Kim. I didn't pick a. I haven't done anything. I haven't changed anything. It is y'all. We were debating about this. The Florida slash Chicago and creating a New York reservation. So I did make it for Upper Harlem. Is that a really is that a the right terminology? Is it considered Upper Harlem? It is in Harlem, y'all. So it's up above. It's way up in Harlem. They said close. Did she say the Hudson? Maybe something like that. I'm not sure if I have my geography correctly for the city because you just got on live in October's. Yeah, yeah. They gave me the October as a flash goal, and then I had October for my live goal too. Uptown. So that's called Uptown. So that's the right terminology. You said I'm going to drive. Okay. Wait. What did I miss? Well, we had the flash goal. We were talking about my misunderstanding of hardo bread and cocoa bread, and the location we're doing. I did make a reservation for Uptown Harlem. Did I say that correctly? Let me know if I said that. It was Midtown. I would catch the train. Okay, if it was Midtown, so that's considered Uptown Harlem. I guess I picked as a restaurant, and let me know if I should change it. I'm open. Okay, I'll drive. Okay, yes, yes. Okay. All right. So, if and then Kim, I think I sent you one other spot. So let me know if that other one. What's the name of the restaurant? I'll send it in I'll send it in an email. Okay. So I'll send it in an email for you. Okay. So that way we can have that for everybody. So you'll have it. Okay. Douglas, you got me on the list, right? I don't. Trisha T, you didn't respond. Let me know. So what I had people do respond either to the email or to the school post. I don't think you were on my list, friend. Let me know if you were gonna come in. Yeah, let me know. Let me know. So today was my deadline. So whoever was gonna RSVP with me, tell me today. And Trisha, go ahead and just respond to the school platform. Tinsy as well. If you guys are gonna come in, let me know what time. I'm so excited. Okay, so I had y'all. Okay, so I had y'all set for 12:30 is actually what I made for the restaurant reservation, giving it a little time for us to get there, and hopefully people are arriving by 12:15. So we can all be seated. So that's what I said. So thank you so much. Um, that was so let me know. Trisha T. I thought I saw Trisha T. From day one, I said I'm in. You said from day one, you said you in. Trisha T said, wait a minute, from day one. I missed it, Trisha. So Trisha, because I didn't know for real. I apologize. You said from day one, I said I was in. I didn't mean no offense. She said, look here, you knew. But look here. Um, you said Trisha T wouldn't go without you. So I know you have to come from another state. So let me know. I will do that. Okay. Thank you, Trisha. I appreciate you. I got you though. And to everyone who was a part, amazing live. It was Tenzi's live. You're talking about awesome. Everybody coming in, thank you so much. I see you all. You said I can't wait until Chicago visit. You so fun. I gotta get to Chicago. I haven't been there in a minute. Actually, okay, so let me say this. E-Nurse, we might be able to connect soon. I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm trying to decide to get the exact logistics, but I may be in Chicago in the month of November, if not December, before the year is out. So, this is the meet and greet in New York. This is for agency folks, NYC Big. So, you got to be part of the community, friend. um, So I thank you so much. No, E-Nurse. So I didn't do my 4 o'clock, just so that you guys know. I had one of my best friends. Actually, you guys will meet part of my little trio friend group. Because she's the one of them is a marathon, doing the New York Marathon, and then the other one is the one that got diagnosed with breast cancer. And so she just had her procedure, the lumpectomy, on Tuesday afternoon. And so I was, messaging her and communicating with her. And she actually called me like at 4 o'clock before I went live, like dead on my live. She knew it was my live time too, but she called me and I was like, you know what? I was talking, we were just catching up, asking how she was doing. And we were, before I knew it, it was like 4:30 or so. And I was like, you know what? Let me cancel the live. Let me finish talking to her. And I ended up talking to her like 6 o'clock. So we talked for like 2 hours straight. Um, and so that was really good because that's the first time. Honestly, she's a school administrator, and so she hasn't had a chance to take a break. And so this is her in a you know, I miss just the turn of events. It's just an opportunity for her to pause. And so you don't like having a pause in this way, but she needed to pause. So she had been going, and she needed to take the pause. And so I've been kind of in her ear like, hey, take advantage of this time, take the time off, and just stop doing. And she's having to be forced to stop doing, but she's appreciating a break. So I just wanted to take that time to talk to her. I just had to spend some time and love on her. So that's what I ended up doing. So I canceled my live so we can end up chatting as long as she needed to chat. And so that's what we ended up doing, chatting for 2 hours straight, laughing about the kids and my son, and he was home and he got on the phone, and she was just caring for her. And so that's what ended up happening. And with that, I'm going to go visit her. She's in Chicago. These are my friends from Chicago. We all went to college together. So I'm going to end up visiting her, and I'm just trying to figure out the actual time. So E-Nurse, that's why that came up. So I know I'm going to try to get on a plane and go visit her at some point before the year is out. Um, Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Thank you. Everybody coming in, thank you so much. I see you all. Thank you for sharing out the live. Let me know if you guys have any questions. So after I get off this live, I'm gonna make a point. So maybe I'll wait until right before my 4 o'clock. Who is going to anybody who is going to RSVP from New York, let me know that you're coming, and I'll have you officially on my list. I think I have 5 people right now. I think I have 5. And so, Trisha T, that's with you. I think you made number 5 for me. I think that's correct. I have to go back and look at the list. It's either 5 or 6. I think you made either 5 or 6 for me. So I have to go back and look at the list. So if there's anybody else, let me know. Janine, Kim, Coach Rhonda, and I'm on the spot, Pals. Janine, Kim, Coach Rhonda, Pals. Oh, I should have said that out. Trisha T is 5. Um, you said I will be 6. I have an RSVP. Tenzi, I think you were somebody on my radar. So you might be 6. So I think that made, oh gosh, I said that out loud and I should have done that without looking at my list. I feel like I'm missing somebody too. Oh, short stuff. So I think that's 6. Okay, short stuff. I forgot about her. Yeah. Okay. Pals, I said you did not. So I think I have 6. 6, maybe 7. I have to go back and look. Coach Rhonda, I said Coach Rhonda, Janine, short stuff, Kim, Pals, Trisha T, and Tenzi. 7. So that might be 7 on the list right now. I think Dr. Trish, you were tentative. That was Dr. Trish. I think she was tentative because she had to find out about family. So yes, okay, good, good, okay. We should live when we meet. I was thinking about it, y'all. So just put that out there. I'm saying I'm gonna put it out there. I was thinking about it. We have to see about the venue. The venue is a small spot, so we'll see and see what that looks like. Okay, so I will think. I was definitely thinking about it. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hey, truly blessed us. How you doing? Hello, hello. Some sugar. How are you, friend? Happy Thursday, friend. Coach Jesse, I have my cart on right now. So if you could wait for me, I'm gonna pull it off later in the live. I'm being intentional about that this week, y'all. And I tell you guys that all the time. The multi-guest has been giving me violations warnings because of the cart and when I had the multi-guest on. And so I'm gonna be a little bit more intentional about turning it on, but then turning it off later in the live. And so that's what's happening. It really is just that make sure I'm being intentional about visibility and taking advantage of TikTok's way of driving traffic in your live stream. So so that's what's happening, you all. So I just want to say that out loud. It's not a way not to have you guys come up, but it is something I'm being cognizant of when I have that multi guest on. And then the shopping cart, I can't continue to get warnings. It's impacting my TikTok shop, um, the product performance um, score that I get. So I just want to say that out loud to you all. I keep getting restrictions again with off platform. I'm not seeing a word. Huh. You're not seeing a word. Driving people off the platform, that restriction keeps popping up. Interesting. Is there anything you turned on? I mean, is there anything? I guess well, two things. Are you first of all, audience control, content disclosure, are both of those turned on? That's first and foremost. Second of all, do you have your shopping cart turned on? And then third of all, it's odd. It is odd. Third of all, I got a restriction yesterday too. Trisha T, for what? What was yours? Yes. Yes, you do have the shopping cart turned on? No, you don't have the shopping cart turned on. I'm assuming no, because we talked about not having it turned on. Can you see restrictions? I do not see restrictions. Nope. Restrictions I don't see. Violations, and then let me be clear about the violations. The violations are like really serious violations. It's those type of things like fraud and scam or the age protection. That I'm laughing because that was Miss Darlene's one. And then gambling. That's the one I've seen. I've seen that for somebody. So those are the ones that I see. Trish, because we told them to do something in tap. Interesting. I used the board as well for the first time. Okay, you used the board for the first time. Did you check the language on the board? That was the first time using the board. What was the language on the board? Um, so that could have been it. Pals, let's see. Oh my gosh, TikTok filtered a lot of comments. You were talking to Leanne. I was saying to everything. I always forgot about Dr. Lisa. Oh, he said, thank you so much. Oh, okay. Let's see. I unfiltered some comments, so grateful. You guys are so welcome. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Little tiny stiletto. So you're not saying anything about how to get to your stuff, to your page. I wonder if that's it though. Like, are you saying anything like go to my profile? Are you saying anything like that? Nope. You're not even directing them to go to your profile. So you're not. If I hear you correctly, you're like, I'm not even talking about the product at that time. Because I wonder if it's like, oh, I have orders, like language that could seem like to place an order. You know what I'm saying? Like language like that could be compromising. Is it too still? She's saying it's like driving people off the platform type stuff. That's causing an impact. I wonder. So, I can't do profile yet. I can't do profile with a question. Yeah. Huh. What do you mean? When I talk, I think it's the words. I would I said retail and orders, and I got you in trouble. Leanne, I think you did say you got that last time. Just fiddle around today. Yeah, be careful about your words. Like I said, the language is important. It's how you say things and it's what you're saying. Okay, so just be mindful. I say every night, go to the link in my bio. That that seems okay. I would almost say, web page. I don't say website. I say web page. And I do that on purpose because obviously site is something else. So I say page. That's my way of saying it. So I do that on purpose too. You said you got the restriction immediately when you were talking about your products and stuff. Okay. So yeah, I think it's the words. I think there are certain words that are trigger words, but also it's the way you say those words. So if you're talking about your orders, if you're talking about some stuff like that, it could be a conflict. Yes, but I got it twice again yesterday. Interesting. But I was watching what I was saying the last time, but I said retail in order. Yeah. Those might be the trigger words for you then. You got to be careful about that then, Leanne. I would definitely be careful about it. Um, I would definitely kind of pause from saying that type of language to Tiny Stiletto because I know you're creating orders, you're making orders for people, and so again, I think there's something to be said about okay, if you say that language, maybe the algorithm is picking it up as if you're going to tell people to go get your orders or go off site to do it, and that's not what you're doing. If your content disclosures on and you're checked on brand, audience control, just be careful about again how you're talking about what you're doing as you're creating. Maybe say the word packages. Like I'm creating these packages, I'm creating this packet, or people can get their own shoes. Use the language that you're talking about. If you want shoes, you can go to my webpage and look at this. Look there to find out ways you can get your own package, get your own. I was gonna say order. Get your own shoes, your own pair. So you have to be creative with the language if that is what's been happening for you. I'm not even going to bother. I'm just going live in the business page that has the products. Gotcha. Um, okay. Tiny Stiletto, let me say this for you. If you get a chance to go on school, Flourish Plants. She just posted because I did a one-on-one with her. She just posted about kind of wanting to talk to people who have products. Okay, so she would love to talk to people who have products in terms of just understanding your process for going live, how you're balancing things, all the things that make up being able to fulfill those orders, but also being cognizant of your audience, your live stream, and just having a conversation about balancing it all, and just really trying to figure out if there's any kind of best practices, some ways that she should be thinking differently about her process. So she's trying to do that for people who have actual physical products. So if anybody in the room, and I think Leanne, you do physical, obviously Tiny Stiletto, you do physical. I think Naya Beauty, she does physical. Anybody who has physical things that they're physical products that they're talking about in their live stream or doing, she would love to kind of create like a little mini group, a little support group, just as you guys are working in a different capacity. I know many of our people in the room have services and digital solutions. That's different when you think about having this product that you literally are making and then you have to make sure you're fulfilling those orders. So that was her mindset. She was like, how do you get it? She wants to think through some best practices and stuff. So I think that would be a great suggestion. I told her to put it out there on school and see who else is who else is doing that. And I did mention a few people. I think I mentioned Tiny Stiletto and Naya Beauty. I didn't mention you, Leanne, but you definitely would fall into that category. Anybody else in the room? I think that's important that you guys think about your live stream because you got to think about this as marketing. This is where it's ideally driving more business for you, and so you want to be able to, hopefully, get new business and sales because of how you're thinking about your live stream. Okay, I think that's everybody's goal, but again, the physical products make it a little different. Hello, Sarah. How are you all? That's coming in the room. Thank you all for sharing. Muku, how are you, friend? Thank you for sharing out the live, liking the live. I appreciate the populars. Thank you so much, friends. Yes, you helped me with that. Oh, yes. I did. Yep, yep. That's what this is. This is marketing. And so if you can get to the point where you're able to market, and I have to say this, y'all, it is a little different because the way TikTok operates, you kind of have to feed the beast a little bit. Those flash codes, I know they're annoying as heck. TikTok gave me the Octobers today. I was like, TikTok, why the Octobers? That's kind of a higher price um, gift when you think about comparing that to the roses or the heart puffs or even the heart me. And so I was interested in TikTok, but thank you so much. I appreciate the populars in the October. But you got, I think at the end of the day, TikTok is saying, hey, you got to make sure you're doing a little bit more in your live stream if you want that visibility, if you want to get pushed out, if you want to build your audience. You said, I did make it. I did. Y'all was like, she have October anyway. We just gonna go ahead and give her these Octobers. I hate when they send our. I know. That is so annoying. And the more your room gets to Ruben, that heart me goal is high. Okay, that heart me goal might be upwards of 40. You're like, what TikTok? What are you doing? You said I made 25 cents the other night. I was shocked. What you mean? What you mean in terms of your live stream? Yes. Yes, I got 21 on Tuesday. 21 heartbeats? Oh my gosh. Kim, what happened? Kim, we got to talk to your room. Your room is doing the least. Your room is doing the least. And they need to do a little bit better. They got to do a little bit better. Heartbeats are sort of hard. Yeah, they hard. Yeah, because people come in and they've already dropped it or already, you know, supported in that way. Especially if you do two a days like me, it's like, okay, TikTok, what you doing? Um, yeah, it's a flash code. Wow, wow. Um, Backs. Sorry, scroll down. You're so funny. Out and into successfuls together. Oh, and she was crying. I had to see. Oh, was she okay? Hopefully she's okay. I have no idea. Not Kim's room. Yeah, Kim's room is it's her room is rooming too. And her room is a lot of and I can't even say non-engagers. Let's be real about it. Your room is engaging. They're just not doing the live goals and stuff in the gift gallery. It's something about they're taking in the information. Oh, I'm sorry. They're taking in the information. Um, and chatting with you, asking questions, commenting. But and she gets good numbers. She gets great numbers actually. And it's something about that room. They're like, look here, if you ask us to do anything extra, we're not doing it. That's interesting. So it definitely is. You said I'm Kim. You said I may change my days to only 3 times a week. Oh, well, I don't want you to get disillusioned though, because thank you so much for the FYPs. I appreciate it. It's not always like that. Sometimes it's going on. You can feel it. Something is going on. Interesting. Like almost like a resistance. Like we're not gonna do this. Is that what you mean? I don't want you to get disillusioned. Thank you for that October tiny stiletto. TikTok is filtering quite a bit. I got a new moderator. She is wonderful. Was working my chat. Okay, that's good. Moderators are awesome if you can get them to really engage in that way. Nika Grace, we might need you to do, and anybody else with moderator tips, when we do our next Zoom meeting, maybe we do a mod conversation because there's probably some best practices that we all need to know from a moderator approach, because that's critical. Because I mean, the mod can make or break your room, or not, be ineffective. So just know that there's some things that we really need to get our mods to think about. Kim, I was gonna say I don't want you to be disillusioned, because if you start dropping your days down, and I think there's a balance thing that you're bringing to the forefront, but I don't want you to reverse, and then your room's not rooming, and then you're wondering why. Because then TikTok's like, well, you're not here enough. you're not engaged. You're not doing all the things I want you to do, and then you have an impact on the opposite end. So your room is well and it's rooming, you know, to a certain extent. What does it mean for you to get some engagement? And we just try to work on bringing them along a little bit more versus not having enough people in the room. So I think that's the balance we have to think about. How does someone become a moderator? Oh, the live host actually clicks their photo or their name or even the words, and there's an option for you to make them a moderator for you. Photo, I'm sorry. Go to so if you go to their photo, there's three dots in the comment corner. So like for example, if I click your profile, I can see your profile information, Muku. And there's three dots right next to your name. At the end of your name, there's three dots next to it, and one of them is add as a moderator. So that's how you do it. Or in your more, those three dots on the left, I'm sorry, on this right corner as a live host. If you click that, you can also get to your mods that way. You can add people as a moderator under settings. Okay. So that's how you would do it while you're in the live. Um, um, Coach Jessie says she's an awesome mod. That's Nika Grace. Yes. Although none of the people I mod have given me any rules. I just guess what they want. Well, I think to your point, Nika, you are a seasoned viewer an engager. So you get it. So there's probably not many rules to give you. Although, as a live host, you do want to share some rules in terms of what to do and what not to do. You really should. As a live host, you should know what you're looking for from your moderators and be able to communicate that. You said I spent a lot of time in their rooms. Exactly, exactly. So you get it. You definitely get it. Okay, thank you. You're welcome, friend. Hey, Dr. Peg, how are you? Um, does it make sense having a mod when the room is not really active? So Nourish, thank you so much, LD. Thank you for the cheers. To answer your question, so here's my take on it. I think at some point people use a mod maybe too soon because you want to be in your chat. The people came in the room to see you. They didn't come to hear your mod. And a lot of times people find that to be annoying. Let me know what y'all think about that comment. So you got to be careful about how soon you add a moderator because then it's not you engaging with your community, getting to know people, and sharing, clicking their profile and sharing their bio or commenting to their question or answering their question or commenting to their comment. So people want to have that experience. However, I think there's something to be said about, hey, Black Lotus. I'm going to talk about Black Lotus too. I think there's something to be said about having a mod and helping to set the tone for the room and helping in that engagement with you. So if you are someone who's kind of uncomfortable, kind of new, the mod becomes that person in your room that you can talk with. And then sometimes that person is setting a tone for everybody else to start communicating. And even that mod can actually comment on people and say, hey, what do you think about this? Or ask questions or comment off somebody's comment. So we could create some more engagement because that person is there kind of facilitating that. So think of it that way too. I mean, I don't know if I would necessarily say don't have it early, but I do say you almost have to make sure you are in that chat connecting with people and they feel like you're engaging as well. Nika's a great, no need to give instructions. My mom told me that they get access and a copy of the live stream. Yes, you can make that available to them. As a live host, you can control that. If you don't want to give them access, if you don't want to give them that, you can turn those features off. I was a mod in the chat without asking and they loved it. People started to engage. Yep, that's it. Trisha and Nika have a good rhythm with maintaining the balance. Yes, that's true. Yep. I'm trying Dr. Lazy, no mods, please. You said no mods for me. No mods. Any suggestions for us clearly engaging listeners to jump on the live or flash goal? Any suggestions to get viewers, listeners to jump onto the live or the flash goal? You got to talk about it. You got to talk about it. You got to say, flash goal to me is an easier sale, kind of, because you can be like, hey, y'all, TikTok then gave me this flash goal. I ain't do this. TikTok did it. And because of that, I need y'all to support this live. I need the help to support the live because I got to get my flash goal that keeps us active, that keeps us engaging. We got to make sure we are supporting the live because TikTok's rules. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, to me, that it may come off, depending on how you say it, try to say it as authentically as possible, but it really is a thing that TikTok is offering. Um, Hold on, think of your comment got filtered. Here's a thought: nice to have someone hanging out, adding importance to your appearance. Yes, I love that. That's you're talking about the mod role. Love that. So when it comes to the live goal, like anything else you're doing in your live stream, you gotta talk about it. Um, you said you watched Nika in action yesterday. A mod, yeah. Like I said, Nika is probably our blueprint of of what a mod should do and how to engage. So that's what I said. Maybe in our Zoom, she can kind of give her mod perspective and some things that you want to do to train your mods or even identify a good mod. Can I tell you how amazing this family is? I needed to make it my flash goal, and they came running. They came running. That's true. That's true. You put it out there. People are like, hey, she needs 2 more heartbeats. Y'all come now, SOS. That's what Nika put. I think Nika and Natty Nat, they put SOS. SOS, come now, come now. Have an amazing day, Eaters. Thank you so much, friend. Um, I had supported people come in and try to act like a moderator and say things I shouldn't say. Say things I shouldn't say. So, oh, you're saying these people were not good mods. They were not people you would have as a mod. True, true. You know what? I was in a room. I have to admit, I like this approach. Let me catch up on a couple of comments, but I did like this approach when you think about a mod, because I'm always kind of scoping around now, seeing other people's things that they're doing, both in the agency and outside the agency. This person wasn't in the agency. Till you get them, they all leave. Oh, yeah, this is not TV. That's true. This is not TV. Martha, with less than 50 people in a room, what's your thoughts? Well, that's kind of what we were talking about with Nourish, her question, Tenzi's question. Um, I think, again, the mod can help the chat to keep chatting. If you don't have a lot of people in the room, the mod could be really resourceful in that way to kind of keep your room moving and and really teach and help educate people on how to properly engage. Again, the stickers that we put out there, this is not TV, so you got to engage. If you're a viewer, you can't think of this as I'm just going to watch, watch, watch. You got to engage. You're missing out on a bigger picture here if you don't do that. I was reading my affirmation several times and the mom put it in the chat. Oh, that's good. That's good. And then you can pin it and they can pin it. That's good. Hello, what is a mod? Oh, Denise said I'm gonna engage. Denise, I'm gonna give you some homework. Go ahead, put it in the chat, y'all. Denise has some homework for us. Denise said, what is a mod? Y'all keep saying mod. What is this language? Denise, how you doing, friend? Thank you for chiming in. I really want to hear from the host as at least 75% of the time. You're right. And that's why I said there's that balance of having. So, Denise, the mod term is short for moderator. That's the official term. In TikTok, you can add someone as a moderator for your room. Moderators have the ability to pin comments. So for example, when I said I'm gonna give you homework, you put okay, I could pin your comment and it shows up at the top. A moderator can do that as well. So the mod is doing that support for your live stream. They're keeping the chat going. Ideally, like I said earlier, they're helpful in terms of helping people to understand how to engage. If I have a live goal up here, they can point out support the live goal. Thank you so much, Mrs. Treetop. They can support the live goals, support by tapping the screen, sharing the live out. When you tap the screen, that means that you're liking the live. Right now we have 34.5K likes. So you want your moderator to keep the chat going and keep people leaving comments like we're doing with this conversation and engaging. That helps to activate the live. Sharing the live out. If you click the arrow below, you can share the live out. So a moderator does that in support to kind of keep your live activated. Now, what I teach, and I'm going to talk to you in a second, Denise, what I teach is just making sure you understand as a viewer how to do those things anyway. So if you're creating those type of habits and behaviors when you come into a live, you a top viewer. People love that. They want that person to engage that way. So that's important for you to know how to what's the proper etiquette. And so a moderator that knows that can teach that too to the audience. I've seen minds and pen important comments to the live host attention. Yes, that's exactly what they do. Get the host attention that way. Teamwork is the dream work. Yes, it is. Makes that dream work. Absolutely. Create a bio. So Denise, that's your homework. Homework. TikTok filtered your homework, Holicu. So, okay, Denise, really quickly, the reason why you create a bio, and this is for anybody in the room who is listening but not engaging. We got a few people who are non-agency folks in the room. That's okay. I love that y'all here. Wellness in Progress. I appreciate you joining as well. And so what I tell people to do, Bunny with curls, how you doing? That bio was important because people, as you can tell, I went to your name and you said, what is a mod? And I instantly clicked it and I was like, okay, let me tell my friend what she needs. Because TikTok, first of all, you're doing it for TikTok. TikTok uses that. The words that you put in there are considered keywords. They help to categorize your page when it comes to creating content, and then also sets the tone for your live stream too. Because if you're going to go live, or if you come into a live room like you're here now, people look at that and they determine if they want to follow and connect with you or not. Okay, so you want to have those words there because that helps to describe what your page is about, what your content is about, who you are, what you are all about. And then again, when people are searching for content that you're producing, you'll show up in the search screen because again, TikTok uses that to categorize you. Thank you so much, Tenzi. Appreciate your friend. And they use that to categorize you. So you want to make sure that you are optimizing your profile. That's exactly what that is. That's part of the optimization. And so that way you can get pushed out, friend. Um, so do your homework. Make sure you stop and think about it. You don't have to overthink it. Put some words there. Say a little bit more about who you are. And again, as you're producing content, it'll show up. So really, let me circle back. So when I went to a live, um, still on the train, I'm in and out. Okay, wanna thank. But if you all want to see a great mod in action, visit Janine's room. Ooh, Janine, who's your mod? Is it just somebody you picked up along the way? I chose someone who was already coming to my room and engaged, and that's Coach Chantel. Janine, did you pick someone? Zia, how you doing, friend? Thank you for being here. Um, did you pick up somebody along the way as well? Somebody who was coming to your live room, or a family member, somebody you know? Sometimes that's helpful too. I want to put that out there for people. If you have, um, a relative, a child, I'm not a child, but like an adult child. I don't mean a kid. I meant somebody who will come in. So Black Lotus, okay, let me talk about a mod experience, and then I'm gonna segue to Black Lotus, and then I gotta segue to Coach Jessie and her live stream yesterday, and then Coach Rhonda and Coach Chantel. I got a whole list of y'all, so yes, I got a whole list of stuff I want to share. Thank you so much. Um, the live I went to, this particular host had people in the boxes, which was great, and the mod was in the boxes, and the mod was almost like, when you think about a night show, like the Tonight Show, they always have that person to the side that's helping to kind of your hype man. That's what I thought about, like your hype person. And so they're doing a little bit of commentary too, and so they're helping the chat engage. They're kind of running the room from a verbal perspective. I was like, ooh, I like what you're doing there. I like that approach because you had this other person that was still kind of like your what's that title? What's the title of that person? When I think about Jimmy Fallon, like his person. You had that person, and they're like there to kind of help feed the room, feed off you, and y'all do a little banner and chatting. But the boxes was on, so you had people in the boxes, but this was that person. So I just thought that your hype man, it is like a hype man, and that's what this mod was doing. I was like, ooh, that's smart. I like that. And that person kept the room rooming and chatting and people engaging, and it was nice. Nika and I did that one night. Really, that's a good. Not seriously, it's a good approach. Now again, you're not excluding the people in the boxes, but that person is helping to facilitate conversation, kind of keep things going. It really was helpful. So I just saw that in action. I was like, "Ooh, I like what you're doing there." And this was like a box battle type approach. So it really was a box battle, but again, it was a box battle with this mod that stayed in the mod didn't leave the box. The mod was there the whole time. So that person didn't get dropped. It was helping with the chat and helping to move things along and deciding who was the next person and helping to kind of keep an eye on the chat in that way. I was like, okay, I see you. She was engaging viewers and loving my room and then just started working my chat. Okay, so this was just somebody who came through. Were you reading all these comments, scrolling up and down? Can't find them. Where are you reading all these comments, scrolling up and down? Can't find them. What you mean? Who me, Nika? Nika, you talking about what I do? Yeah, I do. I do scroll up and down. Yes, I like that. I just thought it was a good approach. Grand Rising, how you doing? Rich So Sunflower. Appreciate your friend. You said Nika and you did that. Thank you so much, friends. I appreciate you. I know someone who does that too. Yes. I think that's a new, I'm not saying it's new, but I think that is somewhat unique. And maybe some other people are picking up that too. She goes live now. Oh, who? You got filtered, Kim. Who is she? Um, Hold on one second. I'm not sure who the she was. Um, You was in the box? No, I wasn't in the box. Like a sidekick. Yeah, like a sidekick. That's it, Leanne. Yeah, like your sidekick. I just thought that was really good. Hello, friend. Um, yeah, so I think no, I wasn't in the boxes. Also, she may want to give more than one mod depending on your schedule. Yes, that's true. That's exactly why I like to read the comments myself. I know I do like to read the comments. I do. I do. I like to read the comments. I see you guys. I like I like that whole engagement. It helps me too, and I'm just gonna be honest with you. It helps me in terms of, I talk with my hands. So now I'm in the screen and I'm using my hands to get the comments and stuff that you guys are saying. So you guys don't see my hands flinging everywhere. I need more than one. Yes, you should get more than one, Kim. Because again, you do your live where you go into this stream of consciousness, this flow in your live stream. So if you had a mod that was really good in honing in on your chat really well, I think that would help. I think it could help. Thank you all. I appreciate you all engaging. Thank you so much for all the comments. I have a hard time keeping up the comments, but I'm getting better because my fam chat, this chat is fire. I love it. Yeah, it's important if you can keep up with the chat. Let people feel seen and heard. Good grief, hello, friend. I looked at your name. I said, good grief, hello. But it's important if you can kind of maintain your chat as much as possible. And a moderator. Again, because my live, I'm talking about how to be a good viewer, how to engage. We're having this whole conversation. People are saying that. Thank you so much for the daily heartbeat, friend. And then you're able to, I'm able to still kind of have people understand the rules of engagement. You know what I'm saying? Like why you're doing this. What's this all about? Hello, friend. But not all your lives do that. When I think about a Halaku or a Kim Love Jones or a Trisha T, you guys are doing something else and having a different conversation. Now, what I would say though, there is probably an opportunity for all of those lives, and Trisha, you do it really well, to make sure people understand the rules of engagement and kind of reiterate that. And if you want to call it that, that's fine, because I think people need to understand this is not television. This is not where you just come in and just keep looking, looking, looking. You gotta engage, you gotta chat, you gotta put the stickers, you gotta comment, you gotta share, you gotta like the live. All those things matter for the live stream to be truly a live stream and be activated. And so if you don't have that, then TikTok is looking at you sideways. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Thank you so much. What's going on here? Well, maybe people don't need to be here if they're not going to engage. And so you got to be careful with that. I need to do better with that. Yeah, and again, I know your live is active, so it's hard, but yeah, you definitely got to talk about it. You got to maybe even set the tone early on, and maybe in your intermissions you do, like those phases, kind of make that part of it. Doc, yes, I have a question and couldn't wait to ask you. Most, what's the question, friend? Trisha does it really, Trisha does it really well, but but it's not being received. Well, I think it's gonna take time. It's going to take time. I think adding you as a mod, and you figure her audience, and I'm just going to say this, her audience are people from all over the world. And she's trying to figure out, okay, what level of understanding do they have about even TikTok, let alone, just, engaging in a live stream. So it's going to take time, but she's bringing them along. So I noticed that she's getting more comments, more engagement. People are now chatting, and, oh, I'm sorry, and sharing questions and engaging in her live stream. So she's bringing them along. That's great. How long do you stay with? How long do you stay on with your live? How long do I stay here? My live. I'm on average. I'm gonna say this, y'all. I need to do better. I'm on average 90 minutes. I think that's my minimum. 90 minutes. Every now and then I have to do a real short live, like an hour. But I want to get to the point where I'm like 2.5, maybe 3 hours. I want to get there. Not there yet, but I'm on average 90 minutes, Denise. So yeah, that's what I do. Yes. So hold on one second. Something I filtered. How did you do that filtered? I try to be funny about coasting folks to engage. Yeah, and that's fine. Like I FYP, thank you so much, friend. Yeah, I think that's fine. Like I said, I think there's something to be said about setting the tone, setting the rules of engagement, letting people know, okay, here are the house rules. We got to do this because what we're talking about is some important stuff. Okay. We got, and so let me be serious for a second because I want you guys to get this. And as we're doing this, here's what I want from you all. And you might be that room that says, okay, I see where some sugar stopped, chat dropped in the chat. Tap. I'm gonna need you guys to tap. And here's how I'm gonna need you guys to comment and engage. I need that engagement because TikTok won't push me out if you don't have that engagement. Okay? So we're gonna talk about the house rules a little bit. And then I need for you guys to drop me some stickers. I'm gonna say in a couple times in my live, drop my heart sticker, drop my, if you have a special sticker, my go live sticker, whatever. So something that they can know what to do. And then if you don't know what the stickers are, you're gonna click the comment before you send that comment, add a sticker with it. Click that heart next to it. Okay? So little stuff like that you can say for them to do as part of the rules of engagement. You might say one of those stickers is your special sticker, and it said when I made the comment about Denise not having a bio, what sticker do we want to put in the chat for her? It was to create the bio sticker. So how you use those stickers, how you talk to your audience could be really interesting and fun because that's now how they're being active participants. So just think about little things like that you can do, but definitely tell them the house rules, how to engage. I tried this morning. After a while it became silent. Yes. So it'll again, it's just gonna take some time. It's gonna take some time as your room gets. You said I love the stickers. Nika did me right. She did me right. Nika, all your stickers, mainly her stickers now. She done took over my whole stickers. She's like, these are all my stickers now. So yeah, I think that's going to be important. You just think about how you can get people to engage, but that's the creative part of this because I know we want to share our information. We want to make this so important for our viewers to take away because most of us are educators, and I told you you're either educator, entertainer, or inspiring people, or doing all three. And because of that, we got to think of ways that we can get them to understand that this is full participation. We work together. I jokingly say we a threesome. It's me, you, and TikTok doing this thing. This ain't just one person. And so just recognizing there's things that the audience have to do, but we got to get them engaged. It definitely takes time to get comfortable with being with, but I'm doing it scared. There we go. Do it scared. Look at y'all. Yes, this ain't TV. So yeah, thank you so much, Coach Rhonda. Appreciate you all. So so when it comes to engagement in the live stream, just be as proactive as you can. I know there are people who are coming in, they're just learning and they're trying to figure this out, but just try to be as engaging as possible. What do you suggest to read and understand this digital marketing? I'm new to this. Um, you talk, let me understand when you say digital marketing. Digital marketing for me is an umbrella term for anything you do digitally, whether it is live streaming, whether it's your content creation, whether it's engaging on different social media platforms, whether it is being an affiliate for a brand, whether it is doing user generated content, whether it is doing TikTok shop, all that is digital marketing. You are marketing yourself to with an end goal of building your community, maybe monetizing. All that is part of digital marketing. So that's the definition of digital marketing. So when you said that, I was like, oh, do you just mean the live TikTok live and how to learn TikTok live streaming, or are you talking about the whole platform? There is community guidelines. There is a creator academy as well on the home screen, and then a lot of it is going to different lives and seeing who you actually resonate with, which live streamer, which live TikTok coach, whether it's the content side or the live stream side, who do you resonate with, and listening to some of them. Not everybody is accurate all the time, but just know that, you pick somebody and you just kind of pick and choose different people that you want to learn from and gain more information from. Blue hearts, blue hearts, blue hearts. Look at you. The pencil one is my favorite. Do is scared. Denise. The whole platform. She said all of it. Just TikTok in general. Um, it's going to be important for you. Again, going to different live streams. Go to on TikTok's main page. When you go to TikTok Studio, and so for you, good morning, Nio. How are you, friend? Is that it, Nio? Nio, thank you so much for being here. When you go to TikTok Studio on your profile page, you're going to click that. Under TikTok Studio is a Creator Academy. Okay? Yes. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. Neo, is that it, Neo? Neo. I think I said that right. Hey, Flourish, how are you, friend? Thank you so much for being here. I promoted to Tiny Stilettos your post on school. Tiny Stiletto, Leanne are all people who have physical products that they promote in their live stream. So those are two people definitely. Um, and so going to TikTok, the Creator Academy might be a first pass. I tell people when I go live, and you guys know I do this, I typically point you to where the information is. Okay. So for example, Denise, when you click the number of people in the room, this is a clear example. TikTok has question marks almost in every area to kind of give you a little bit more understanding about what's this section all about. So if you click the number of people in the room real quick, it says that number there, click it. And once you click that number, the 26 number, actually click the number, you'll see a screen will pop up. It says top viewers and list all those viewers. In the top right corner is a question mark. When you click that question mark, it tells you all the things you need to know about the frequently asked questions about being a top viewer. Okay? So again, I try to point out to people where information is so you can read it yourself. And so if you click that, how you doing, wet and fluffy? Hello, friend. So if you click that information, thank you so much, Natty Nats. I see Tasha's day without a big VRR winning. There we go. Florisha said it's just the little things, Doc. I feel you, friend. I told you all. I'm not trying to be mean. I know it feels awkward for me not just to let people come up in my boxes, but when I have that shopping cart on, I got 4 restrictions, y'all. 4, well, what they call it is a violation warning. I was like, Lord, these are warnings. I got 4 warnings. So when they gonna give me a V soon. So I was like, you know what? I got to be a little bit more mindful of if I might have my box on and the shopping cart on, and I understand TikTok's logic now, and I get it. You're pushing people in the room, you're doing different things because you want the shoppable stuff to get attention. That's fine, TikTok. I can play in the room. I can play within those guardrails, but I can't continue to get warnings, and I can't or have a violation. So I need to be mindful of when I see that happening. And so for me, I see it happening whenever I have somebody up in my box. TikTok's like, you ain't talking about the product. And technically, you still ain't talking about the product because I ain't pinned the product. So TikTok like, look here, you're doing too much and not doing enough at the same time. So I'm going to give you a warning. So I realized I can't afford to keep getting warnings. So I had to make a decision. I'm going to turn it off at some point. And then we'll talk. But just knowing that that's the little box I have to play in right now. I can't do the family duck. They ain't gonna go. They gotta go. Black Lotus, I'm gonna get to you, Fred. Okay, really quickly, let me finish my thought really quickly because I got to transition to Black Lotus. Um, so, long story short, Creator Academy is a place that you get information. Coming into a live, you learn different information. You find your live host. The biggest thing here, and I can teach you real quick in terms of engagement in a live. So Denise, stay with me because we're going to end by talking about engagement in a live because I want you to understand there are rules to engagement. So you'll see really quickly. If you look at the taps that are on my screen, there's hearts coming on the side. That's because somebody is probably using their tapper. Thank you very much. Or tapping their little finger on the screen. And because of that, you see 77.5K hearts. Okay. That's you said great engagement. Thank you all for buying the content planner. I've sold 4 of them. Look at you. Holly Q said, I'm selling my planner. The tapper's the truth. It is. It is. So there's 78 likes that happen. The likes are important because TikTok sees that as activity in your live stream. Hey, Change Doc, how are you, friend? Good morning. And so they see that as activity. So you hear people saying tap. Now, part of a little thing I show people real quick, I'm just going to talk about the tapping. If you tap your screen, there's a pink heart that's going to pop up. I want you to keep tapping your screen for me. Just tap your screen, Denise. Keep tapping it. And there's a pink heart that will pop up here. And then there's going to be a line that crawls across. As you are still tapping your screen, my other hand is tapping, so you can't see it. It's tapping the screen. That line is crawling across. That pink heart starts wiggling and getting fatter. And then there's going to be some dots that pop out of it. The dots that you see on the taps will start popping out of this heart up here. When you let go, confetti falls on the screen. You see the confetti, I don't. I miss seeing you. Hey, Sonia, how you doing, friend? So you see the confetti, I don't see it, and it tells you how many likes you just sent. Thank you for that daily heart me. And so as you're tapping your screen, you are sending likes. TikTok likes that. TikTok sees this as a room that's active. In those bigger rooms, they really pour into the tappers, the likers, the sharers. Thank you so much, the gifters. I appreciate the cake slice. And so that's part of engagement in the live. Okay? So you want to tap the screen. You want to, you said, I'm learning. You want to comment. Commenting is important. Thank you, Keisha, for the follow. Appreciate your friend. Those comments are important. Did you say this is good info? You're welcome. Hello, you said new here. How you doing, friend? Thank you for being here as well. Appreciate you. It says Pink Glamour, licensed cosmetologist specializing in micro locks, retightening, etc. Look at your friend coming on in here. And then Change Doc, you said supporting Black introverted women with getting promoted to senior executive leaders and earning 50 to 100K per year, more per year. Look at you, friend. That's awesome. You're doing great work there. Got to get back to my TikTok live. There we go, Sonia. Absolutely. I'm trying to turn my tappers. My tapper is not working. You trying to turn on your tapper? Your tapper's not working? Okay, I got 2 different kind. This one you need a cord for. And then to turn it on, it has a little button here. It needs to charge. I've had it sitting here. It doesn't charge. It's not on right now. I've had it sitting. It hadn't been charging because I use my wireless one now. And the wireless one has the button on the sides. And you can do the intensity at the top. So I do like the wireless one, y'all. I think that was Luna who put me on to this one. That's the one I bought it from Luna. But I love it, love it, love it. Yes. And Denise, I have not talked to you about the daily heart meet. You see that heart plus that keeps popping up, and our friends just got it. I need the cordless one. I love the cordless one, y'all. The cordless one is the business. Lisa, how are you? Come on in, friend. Lisa, let me say this, because I know Black Lotus is like, y'all was in my boxes. Black Lotus, it seems like she got some mixed feelings about it, but I did love seeing y'all in the boxes. Y'all said we finally got to the boxes. So Black Lotus had family up as guests. Laugh out loud. said he did that. Oh, one of the family members did it. Thank you so much, friends, for checking my shopping cart. I appreciate you all. Um, so here's what I will say. Y'all did good. Y'all did good because they tapped her. They got her going. They tapped her to 100K. Black Lotus had 100K. She was doing it. He said we did that last night. Her family, she had like 5 or 6 family members in the box. Somebody was like, Grandma. It was too cute. It was super cute. It's a game changer. I had a little helper to push that live up. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, friends. I thought it was the cutest thing. So Black Lotus had her whole family up there, and he was helping her. And he was like, "Okay, now I need you to look in the comments." She said, "You saw Black Lotus." Black Lotus said, "I don't know if my family can stay with me like that." She likes being, able to control her live. And they said they were stopping the men from coming in the room, so they stopped the men. I think Black Lotus want the men to come in the room. She like, "Look here, y'all stopping too much of my action." She was like, the family cannot be in the boxes no more. So I loved it. Y'all was doing awesome. Y'all got her going. You said I'm about to buy mine. So, okay, y'all getting y'all tappers. I love it. But yeah, so Black Lotus, hey, I can't tell you what to do with your live. It's up to you, friend. But it was good having a family there. They kind of kept the action going. Pink Power Meaning for Women. Oh, let me talk about that change dot. I got her my other folder sweater. It's down. I keep saying Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Breast Cancer Awareness Month. That's what that's about, friend. So yes, for 1,000 times in the live, I suggest you all go. Um, Hold on one second. I was reading some of the comments that got filtered. I say let's go over the TikTok etiquettes. Oh, I like that. Pink, my favorite color. Oh, look at you guys. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, it was for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So that's why we had it. And I took I did my mammogram halfway in the month, and I was wearing my pink ribbon, and it's on my other sweater, so I don't have it right now. So and then I shared earlier in the live that one of my dearest friends, she got diagnosed with stage 1, and she just had her lumpectomy on Tuesday, and I didn't do my 4 o'clock live because she called, and I was finally able to touch base with her. So just talked to her for 2 hours. So I didn't go live because of it, but yeah. So that's what this for. We're in the last couple of days of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and so it's been a great month of learning and growing. And several people in the agency did talks about it. And then it's also, I'm going to segue really quickly, praying for her. Thank you so much, friend. Okay, thanks for explaining. You're so welcome, friend. Anytime, anytime. We missed you. I know. I was like, I was torn because let me say this, y'all. I had set up my live. I was literally about to press the go live button. And I literally was on, I co-stream on YouTube, and I had set it up, and I had set up this live. They both were set up, and she called. And I was like, you know what? And I was, she knew it was my live time. My time frame I was gonna go live. And then I was sitting there talking to her, and I was like looking at the screens. I was like, you know what? I'm not going live today. I'm just gonna talk to her and just continue to make sure I spent this time just letting her talk. And because the conversation, how the conversation will bounce around to multiple things. And I was like, you know what? We just gonna talk. And we ended up just talking. So it was good. Thank you so much, friend. Prayers of positivity. I appreciate you, friend. At 4:30, when I didn't see you, I thought of Cameron because you said, yes, Cameron was fine. Cameron was fine. So he stayed home yesterday. The 10 o'clock folks knew when he stayed home. He was fine by the time I even did my 10 o'clock live. He was fine. I wanted to take him back to the school, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to give him his day. But he was fine. He was fine. Thank you for asking, though. So, yes, the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and then this was Domestic Violence Awareness Month, too. And I sat in, as you guys know, I was in multiple lives at the same time. I was bouncing around. So I sat in on Coach Jessie's live and listened to her panelists. You guys gave some really stories of strength and encouragement and courageousness. It was just really, really good conversation, just hearing it from all perspectives. And so just a powerful chat that happened yesterday. So that's the important stuff that needs to happen. People need to hear that. And the room was rooming, Coach Jesse. The room was rooming. And so people needed to hear that though. It was just so powerful. Just thinking about there's a way out. There's life after being in that situation, as well as your kids can heal as well, and you can heal. So just really powerful stuff. And then Coach Rhonda and Coach Chantel had their co-live together, co-host and experience together, and again, just really good conversation about their journey and what they're looking to do in this next phase of being live hosts, but also making sure that they connect with their audience. So it was a great conversation. I was listening. I was listening to y'all. I was like, I'm not gonna say too much. I'm just gonna listen and just be in the space of listening. And that's kind of how I felt like the day was. Just being a listening ear. Her live was beautiful and impactful. It was very beautiful, very beautiful. Um, so you guys are doing some great work. Yes, that law was very impactful. Yep, yep. So you guys are doing some great work. I love it. I love it. My niece are stuck. Oh, hold on one second. Black Lotus is stuck in Jamaica in a refuge. They can't leave because no airport. I heard. Yes, yes. I heard your family saying something about the niece. Yeah, I hate to hear that. Um, yeah, I hate to hear that. I know it's uneasy right now with transportation, getting people in and out. The airports are not active, are not up and running quite yet. So yeah, so hopefully they're able to get out as soon as possible. It's not a good good experience for a lot of people there, and then people who are there permanently, loss of power. It's just a lot going on right now, y'all. It really is. Black Rose, you said one. So Trisha T said one airport is open right now. So I guess there is one that's open. Trisha has family from there too. Great lives this week. Yes, live from Jamaica coverage too. Yes. Um, so Nurse said, so they missed the emergency flight yesterday. So sad. Yeah, you had some family that missed it. So yeah, there's a lot going on. They're not allowing them to come out yet. They're still in the refuge. Two young girls, and we can't. Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, so you're saying it's based on where they're located right now, that they're not letting them kind of get on the roads yet and all that stuff. I will say this, and my friends who live in Florida, we know the aftermath. Um, it is usually 24, maybe 48 hours before you can get out, and they tell you to really, what is that, shelter in place. That shelter in place concept is all about you staying put, because they have to assess the roads, down power lines, debris, trees, flooding that's happened. All that happens before they're able to really start letting people go out and about and stuff. You have certain, and in different islands, I'm not sure how they handle it, but here in Florida, they're very specific about, what, don't go out there. And unfortunately, every hurricane season, there is someone who loses their life after the storm because of going out too soon. Maybe a tree or a power outage or a power line is down, and then something happens that's devastating. So just know that that's part of it too. So unfortunately, they have to endure that piece of it too. Oh, they have to be scared. Yeah, they're so scared. I know they want us to get them. Yeah, they can't go. Yeah, they gotta wait. Unfortunately, they probably do have to wait. Yeah. And if you have never been, Montego Bay Airport, we were open today as well. Okay, so yeah, it just depends on where they're at. So I don't know if you're seeing this, Black Lotus. Montego Bay Airport is supposed to be opening. My daughter was almost stuck in Colombia right before the shutdown during 2020. It was scary. Yeah, yeah. My nephew literally got out on the last flight. He was in China when you talk about COVID. Yeah, he had his girlfriend at the time. They're not together no more, but his girlfriend at the time was doing the Disney Shanghai. She was a performer in their Disney parks, and he went to go visit her for like 10 days. He had been there, and then the media coverage and all that stuff about COVID, and he got the very last American Airlines flight to come back home right before it shut down. Else he would have been there that whole time. So yeah, it's just interesting when you deal with stuff like that. Um, the yeah, he was lucky. He was very lucky. Yeah, it was, and obviously nobody knew the impact and what that all was going to bring. But yeah, so he got out just in time. She was there the whole time. She stayed. Matter of fact, I have to ask him. I was like, "What happened to that girl?" Because I don't know, oh baby, I don't know. I know she stayed the whole time. He was in touch with her. They were still dating. I don't know if she's back in the U.S. I know that relationship ended though. Um, so what I will say is there was a lot of great work that was happening. I appreciate you all sharing. My new people in the room, if you are new, let me know if there's any other questions that you guys may have. So hopefully everybody whose family is impacted by the storms that just happened, everybody's doing better and doing okay. I know it's hard though. Like I said, the aftermath is nothing nice and just having to endure that. Um, Hearts out to Jamaica, prayers to Jamaica. Yes, prayers to Jamaica. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Um, and anybody else, because that storm went through many of the Caribbean islands down there. So yeah, Jamaica though obviously was hit very hard. Um, Other people going live tonight. Put that in the chat for me. Other questions about live streaming. My newbies in the room, let me know what other questions you may have. I'm going to talk a little bit more about engagement. Yes, indeed, some parishes are almost wiped out. Ooh, yikes. Yeah, so definitely my heart goes out to them. You said I'm new, Queen Shine. How you doing, friend? Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for joining. I'm going to give you some information. Being a part of this world, sharing and giving when I can. God first, love success. Love success. I love that, friend. Flourish. Battle tomorrow with Coach Chantel and myself at 8:15. All right. Nice, nice, nice. So, my newbies, y'all probably like, what is a battle? I'm going to talk about that in a second. We'll talk about battling because we going to see some battles, I'm thinking, in the next 24, 48 hours. I'm being affected by the funds in November. It's sad. Yes. Oh, you're talking about the government shutdown? Sorry to hear that, friend. It's hard. I know. Um, I'm making dinner for my sons tonight. Nice, nice. Are you doing it live? What is your Pink Power Edition learn about my Creator Network agency? Please share. Oh, Pink Power Edition was the was the October theme for breast cancer awareness. So that's what that was about. The Creator Network agency is separate, and I'll talk about that as well. Did you talk to the newbies about the agency? I have not, and I guess I'm about to segue into it right now. Yes, live. Okay, I'm about to segue into it because you was like, what does all this mean? With everything going on these days, it's important to create something that's your own. Absolutely, absolutely. I appreciate TikTok for making this possible. There we go. Love it. So, a Creator Network agency is a free program. I got to lead with free. I always start with free. It's a free program. It's based on how your live TikTok ultimately pays you for your live stream and the performance that happens in your live stream through the gifting, the engagement. You get rewards for that. TikTok takes a percentage. So you can earn up each week, you can earn up to 53%. TikTok takes the difference. And then with that difference, they pay a few percentage to the agency that is supporting you and making sure you don't get banned from the account, making sure your live is activated and people are engaging and teaching you the way. Okay. I heard a great phrase. We are all our own media companies. Let's go. But just for relief efforts. Okay. Some other comments got yes. My nephew was in Shanghai. Yeah, yeah, when that happened. Um, so yes. How do I know they are legit? Um, well, there are some that are not legit. So you need to do your research. On this page, on my webpage, I actually, that's my very first pinned account to do your research before you decide. Now, what what I will tell you is that you don't know what you don't know, so you just want to make sure that you understand what they're offering you. Now, every agency operates differently. Okay, so None of us are the same for the most part. TikTok gives us a platform so we can see our creators that are live. We also can see if you are in violation, if there's some other stuff going on with your account. We also get access to data in terms of how your live stream is performing, and we can support you in understanding how to improve your live stream. Every agency goes about that differently. Some agencies have requirements, some don't. I don't have requirements, I have strong encouragements. Again, this is your live, so you manage your live in a way that feels authentic and comfortable for you. What I will tell you though, if you are looking to grow and grow your community, I'm going to give you strategies, I'm going to give you tips, I'm going to give you training so that you can be successful. You can infuse that in your live stream the way you see fit. Okay, but ultimately it's up to you to go live, and if you want this space for you and your community and to grow, an agency, picking the right agency will be important for your growth. So it just depends on what you're looking for. I'll talk about my agency in particular, and then if you're interested in applying, you can click my profile picture once. If you click my profile picture, my mini profile is going to pop up. If you click my profile picture again, it will take you to my main TikTok profile. And then under my profile in my bio, you'll see the application webpage that you can go to. If you click that, it'll take you to the application to apply to my Creator Network. Okay, you apply really quickly. It's a couple little clicks, and then I can look in the system to see if you're approved. TikTok does have rules in terms of approving you. You can't be with an agency already. There's one per person, no matter how many accounts you have, is one per person. And essentially, what you want to do is pick the account that has already, if you haven't earned anything in live rewards, that's fine, but it has to be the account that has made the most earnings. Um, the other thing I will say is that you have to go live to be in a creator network. So I tell people this is probably my new rule, because I had a lot of people who just was like, oh, I'm going to join, and they haven't gone live. And I was like, okay. So now I have to change that to say, okay, go live, get your 3 lives under your belt, because you have to do 3 lives on 3 separate days so that you can get live access to full features, and then come back and apply to the agency. So if you have not gone live, go live first. Okay, so that's going to be my first rule. Beyond that, you can't be in violation at the time. You cannot, if you're not in the U.S. or Canada, that's where my agency is approved for U.S. and Canada. And then if you earn too much money, $5,000 over the last 5 months on TikTok, TikTok says you've earned too much, you don't need an agency. Okay, so those are like the basic rules to get approved. And then if you do apply and let me know that you applied, I will check and let you know if you are approved to join the agency. So that's the process, friends. In the meantime, and give me 1 second, I'm gonna check. I see where some of y'all apply. Give me 1 second. I want to check up on comments real quick. You said, it's like us, hold on 1 second. It's like us saying that we all have a book inside us. Yes, yes. Um, I applied. I see your friend. I'm gonna say, I wish. Thank you. Okay, just applied. Thank you so much. I'm gonna check for you real quick. All right, I need to go live first. Yes, you need to go live first. You said I just applied too. Yeah, you got to go live first. So go live. Because you applied, I won't do anything. If you go live in the next couple days and come back and say I applied, I went live, I did all the things, I can still use that particular application to see if you're approved. Um, if you wait 7 days, it expires, and then you would have to just click the button and reapply. So that's what could happen. But the goal is that you go live, okay? That's the whole point. Is you can tell there's a lot of people in the room that are live hosts, and they are doing it, and we're having conversations about, how to make things, go better for them. You said she is the best. I appreciate your friend. Hold on, TikTok filtered a lot of comments again. Let me go into the filters. And you have to be within the U.S. Yes, you have to be within the U.S. Miss K Latte, they're talking to you. This agency is like a family of highly motivated go-getters. I know I need help. Honestly, I see your friend. Let's see. So yeah. Um, so let me know. So let me check on our friends real quick that just applied, and we'll see where their application status is. Okay. Okay. And then Denisha, you definitely need to go live. All right. Queen Shine, you are good. I'm about to send you the invite. I'm going to tell you the next steps to let you know what to do now that you're receiving an invitation from the agency, which is called Launch Your Income Agency. So you're receiving an invitation from them, and I'm going to walk you through what happens next. Okay. So you are all good. You just received an invite. Let me make sure. Can we talk about? Can we talk about anything? No. There's some community guidelines you gotta follow. There's definitely some community guidelines you gotta follow. So you don't want to talk about anything. But I know what you meant on the live. No, you can't talk about anything. TikTok is very particular. Unlike I want to say if I heard correctly, it's probably more strict than the other platforms. So just know, no, you can't talk about anything. Yeah, should I go check now? You can go check now. Y'all laugh. Y'all laughing at me. Um, okay, so you said, all right, let's hold on one second. Some filtered comments. I did get filtered. Hold on. Did I get filtered for that? You did get filtered. That comment got filtered. Oh, yeah, your other comment got filtered too. After more than 6 months in this room, I can possibly say you won't find another agency like this. Thank you so much. And we can talk about it. So hold on one second. So let's see. Denise, you said, can I talk about anything? So I'm a nurse. So can I talk about nurse? I would tell you to turn on your audience control when you have a board. So my board talks about King Power Edition. When you turn on a board, the board automatically turns on the. I'm sorry, not audience control. Audience control you definitely want to have on because that's 18 years and older. So you want, if your topic is for a more mature audience, definitely turn it on. The other thing is content disclosure. You could toggle that on, but it comes on automatically when you have a board. So if you had a board talking about, nursing tips or something like that, um, turn that board on because the conversation you're having may be a little sensitive, maybe more mature again in nature, and you want to have that board on so you could say some things like when I'm talking about breast cancer awareness or stuff like that. I say turn on that board for that reason. So yeah, that's the conversation you can have. Definitely on TikTok. You say yes, too strict. TikTok is a whole thing. so so yeah, definitely talk about it. Um, you definitely could talk about it. Be right back. Thank you so much, Nika. Really quickly, let me share with our friend Queen Shine, and I went live like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Yes, ma'am. You need to go live. When was your birthday? That's the last time we seen you, some sugar. She's like, I went live like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Yeah. So let's get you back going live. Thank you for the shares. Hello. Nataria, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you joining the live, friend. Nataria, I think you applied, but did you apply with your primary account? Let me know because there's a message in there saying that you might be affiliated with another agency or you want a cool down period. Let me know what's going on because it won't let me apply, accept your application. So I just wanted to say that. Hey, you're back. Okay. Um, All right, friends, I'm going to show Keisha, I go live, but I feel like I be talking to the screen and I like hearing people's voice. Well, you could have guests up. Keisha, how many times have you gone live? You could have multi-guests up. So, Coach Jesse, I'm about to transition to you. Give me about 5 more minutes and I'm going to transition because I'll turn my shopping cart off. But yeah, if you had guests up, so I'm about to bring Coach Jesse up and she's going to share some information real quick. You could use that as a way to talk to your people. Yeah, you went live 3 times. So now you have the guest feature. That's why I asked that question because if you don't go live, you don't get all features. And there's the two people with the head symbol. That's the guest feature. People in the lot like yourself or anybody else in the room, they could click that and I can accept their invitation. And then there's a box that I'll have or the 2 boxes to the side. The co-host is the infinity ring, and that's somebody who's in their live stream and you're in your live stream and you guys come together and you both still have your separate rooms going on but you're talking on the screen to each other, so you actually have both features activated by doing those 3 lives. And so you can now have guests. And you should, if that's something where you feel like it's uncomfortable just to have this blanket conversation. A lot of people do collaborations. Oh, I need to try this. Yeah. So a lot of people have blank conversations, or like yesterday, Black Lotus, she had her family up in the boxes and they were talking and chatting with her, and she was having a whole conversation with them. So it just depends. And honestly, here's what I say, y'all, though, because if you want activity in your room, when you have those boxes up, let me just be careful about how you strategically think about that. Those boxes are great to kind of keep your community engaged, and you really should start thinking of ways you can engage your community as much as possible. Community boxes are good, and maybe you rotate different people in and out of the boxes. That's a good strategy. Don't do it all the time, because people want to hear from you and want to get your information. You said I sent you a message. Okay, perfect. I'll take a look at it. Like I said, when I went to go, I know you sent that request, so I'm thinking maybe there's some more to the story. Thank you so much for the follow, friend. Galaxy King. When you have those boxes, sometimes people think it's a private conversation. So it's important to build your community first. You said I'm not with an agency. Is this your only account, Materia? It may not be. I'm assuming it's not your only account. And if it's not your only account, is it your primary account? That's the other question. Uh, my only account. Huh. You didn't have any other account where you might have started. It's like, oh, I never used that one. But it's there. Let me know if there's like something. It's like, oh, it's never been. I have never worked with an agency. Okay. And you never had it? Never. Oh, okay. Let me message you back. Let's see, because I just want to make sure. Because TikTok will, if they send that warning, then they're concerned. Can you tell me what you all were just talking about? The boxes. I was just talking about guest boxes. I was saying it's important to engage your community and have those opportunities to have guest boxes up and maybe rotate and stuff so people are learning and growing from you. And so community boxes are a good thing. However, you want to be able to also engage with the chat. And that's why I said if you rotate people in and out from the chat, people feel included. If you are just having boxes up, it was very much what Black Lotus, her daughter came into the live earlier. And yesterday when I went to the live, it was like, we're blocking people. King James, thank you so much. We're blocking people from the guys coming in her room trying to flirt and stuff with her. So it really is a deterrent, just to be honest with you. Because if you're having the boxes up and you're having like this private conversation just with your boxes, people will keep scrolling. Or if they try to engage in the chat and you're ignoring them, people will leave the room. So just know that that is kind of the trade-off in terms of how you effectively use your guest boxes. It could easily turn into a situation where you have your family, your friends in the boxes, and people are like, well, you just talking to your family and friends. You really ain't trying to engage me with my questions. Like somebody coming in was like, what's a creative network? Or what's Pink Power Edition? Or whatever the case may be. And they're like, oh, but you're only talking to the people in the boxes. So just be careful about how you balance that. And a good strategy is to always like try to rotate people up. And so maybe every 5 minutes, someone is coming and going out of your boxes. We talked earlier about having maybe that hype man, that hype person that's in the box with you, and they're kind of keeping the chat going and keeping the flow going. So just some other strategies, but be careful about just only doing boxes, only talking to people in the boxes, not engaging your chat. All the things matter. Thank you so much, King James. All the things matter in its entirety in terms of how you support your community. Okay? Let me know if that makes sense, friends. I always want to make sure I address that. Okay? So I was going to talk to Queen Sean. Are you still in the room? Queen Sean, I'm going to show you really quickly where you're going to see the invitation for the agency. Thank you so much for the hand heart. The invitation for the agency, you got it as a system notification from TikTok. Queen Sean, let me know if you're in the room, friend. Drop me put a heart in the chat for me. Um, do you have some suggestions on what to talk about on our three lives? Look at you. Well, first of all, let me say this. Denise, you are in a profession of nursing. Just kind of think about, okay, let me ask this question. Do you use ChatGPT? Let me know if you're familiar and you're comfortable using it. Or any AI tool. It could be any of them. Yes. Okay. Put that in chat. I want you to do a couple things because you don't have a bio. I want you to ask chat to write a 160 character bio for your TikTok profile. Include your name, your topic for your live, your target audience for your live. I'm sorry, for your bio, um, target audience, your topic. If you're going to go live at a certain time and day, your live time and day, your email, you can put a professional email in there if you want to for people to reach out to you. And obviously, what your live, what your bio will be about in general. But put that in, ask it to write that for you or give you at least two or three suggestions for one, for a bio. That's the first step. And then based on that, ask it to come up with a 30 minute outline for your live stream and include an intro script for you to share with your audience. Okay? So again, ask it to support you in writing that out. Now, here's what I would tell you. When you start your live, especially for your first live, you can introduce yourself, say your why. Why are you going live? Why are you here? And then ultimately ask it. Will ultimately talk to your audience that are coming in. Thank you all who are joining my live, and make sure you're speaking to them. And I tell people all the time, you want to talk to your audience because you want to know your audience and know those pain points for that audience. Hold on one second. The demographic as well as the psychographic, how they think. Thank you so much, Professor ChatGPT. You're so funny. Tizzy said, thank you for introducing Professor ChatGPT. Exactly. And so as you're starting your live stream, you're saying hello. So when I start my live, most times it depends on who comes to the room first, because sometimes I don't end up doing my full intro. But most times I try to say, welcome to my live. I'm Dr. Lisa, Launch Your Income Agency. I'm a TikTok Creator Network agency. I'm going to talk about all things going live. Let me know if you are new to my live and if you are afraid, nervous, scared, shy, introverted, or you're just curious about what's going on this platform. I'm here to help you go live and help you go live with ease and confidence. So come on in. We're going to talk about all things going live, how to monetize on this app. And then by then, I'm saying those words. Those are keywords because I'm talking to my audience. I'm talking to people who are nervous, scared, afraid, shy, introverted. I'm talking to people who are curious about this app. I'm talking to people who want to learn how to monetize. Those are the things I'm saying on purpose so that the algorithm picks that up. But also, when I come in, um, when you guys come in, you kind of know what to expect. Okay. I'm sorry, a text message popped up. I was like, do I need to answer that? I don't need to answer it yet. And so you say that and you continue to say that. How you doing, Diana? And then as people are coming in, you say, welcome to my live. Let me know if you're new. How are you? This is my first live stream. I've gone live before, but we're going to talk about these topics. You want to do that so people know who you are and what you're all about. Okay? And then you're going to continue to do that. People are going to come in. You actually should be introducing yourself and repeating yourself a few times throughout your live stream because people are coming and going. They're getting to know you. So if the room keeps going up and down, try to make sure you address that by saying hello, welcome to my live. Thank you for being here. Thank you for liking a live, sharing a live. You could start off in the beginning. We talked earlier about those rules of engagement, kind of that house rule or TikTok etiquette. Hello, Lisa. Thank you so much. Good morning. You want to kind of speak to that and say, hey, okay, before we get started, I got a couple things we got to cover real quick because I want you guys to make sure you get your engagement points from TikTok, that you understand what to do as a viewer, because TikTok is paying attention to your engagement just as much as it's paying attention to my engagement as a live host. So we all want to win. So here's some things you want to do. You want to tap the screen. You want to share the live out. You want to make sure you are paying attention to my live goal at the top and supporting that, or if I get the flash goal, or put comments in the chat. That's free support. So, and then you can direct them to your stickers in terms of going into the chat and the comments, clicking that heart with your stickers in there. So again, just try to get people to engage. The daily heart me, that's what I probably should have started. Clicking your daily heart me at the top and becoming a fan club member. So all that matters to the success of your life. Um, Hold on. It said my live your fan invites you to set heart me as live goal as fantastic journey. Oh, look at there. I think that's TikTok trying to give me a cue on doing fantastic journey. So keep that in mind. Those are things that you can do. It does take time. Practice makes progress. You're not trying to be perfect. You are not trying to be perfect. You are trying to make progress in terms of every day showing up, going live. It gets easier over time. It does. As much as we like to think this is hard and challenging, you get more comfortable doing it. You do. That's without a doubt. Thank you so much, Miss K Latte. Appreciate you. So yeah, don't overthink it. Um, and really in that very first live, Denise, play with the effects. Play with those effects. Kind of get a sense of what's in there and continue to play with them. Okay. All right, Queen Shine. I don't think you're in the room, so I won't talk about where to find the agency approval. You have to accept that invitation. So I don't think you're in the room, but if you are in the room, let me know. I might have missed you. In the meantime, um, let me know if there's any final questions. I'm going to turn off my shopping cart so that I'm going to get off the live in probably the next 10 minutes or so, 10, 15 minutes. That'll put me at 2 hours, but we'll see. Maybe I'll go longer. Okay. Here's what, let me turn off my shopping cart. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all. Turn off my shopping cart means that I have to remove the products that are in there. Um, and so that way I can talk to you guys without TikTok being sensitive with that static image notification. And give me 1 second. I can't see any comments in the chat as I do this because I'm literally pulling up my screen and removing products. Okay. I'm almost done. Thank you all for joining. Give me 1 second. I got 2 more to do. And I really do think, I hope it's a better way to do this, but I can't figure it out if it's not. Thank you for that tap, tap, tap. Appreciate the stickers, Nika. Thank you for that. I probably should have said, put some stickers in the chat while I remove the shopping cart. So I don't think it's activated anymore. That's good. So you guys don't see it. Um, is that common, or are they just heard that the, say that again, are they just heard the cue? What's that mean? What's common? They just heard the cue where it got cut off. Bye, y'all. See you later in these TikTok streets. Thank you so much, Holly Q. Appreciate you. What about the blue box? Okay. Hello. Denise, Diana asked me about this yesterday. They gave me a request to be a guest to you. Oh, okay. Yeah, TikTok does that in terms of being the request for guests. Yeah, you'll see that. Hey, Wellness Girl. Wellness Girl, you had a great live today. Nice, nice. I saw you. It was rocking and rolling, friend. Um, Diana, I'm about to answer your question. I pinned it. So here's what I want you to do. Um, and Denise, follow me. Denise, this is for you. Where you put okay, thank you. Where you put okay, thank you. Diana, your comment is pinned. I want you both to go to your comments and I want you to click your photo. Click your photo, okay? So I want you to click your photo. I'm walking you through the blue boxes. Denise, you have no boxes or badges. I usually go through a whole conversation about engagement in terms of how you engage in the live stream. You have no boxes or badges. You don't have the daily heart me that cost a coin. So you have to have coins in your account or blue box. You don't have that either. So when you click your photo, I want you to click, Denise, your LV0. And so this is how TikTok identifies who's activated in a live, who's active by people who have Lisa's next to their name. That means that they click that heart plus where it says, probably says join for you. And then there are people who have the blue boxes that represent their gifting and their engagement from live to live. Anybody's live, that blue box follows you. The Lisa is just for this live. That's my heart me. But the blue box is for everyone else. Good morning. Yes, indeed. Sending you good energy today. Thank you so much, Bonus. Thank you for that, friend. So once you click your level, Diana, once you click your level, there's a blue screen that pops up. So Diana, you should see your blue screen that popped up. And on that screen, it has that little diamond that says diamond 17 for you. So it has that diamond on the screen. It shows how many points you've got. So you'll see the point value, then there's a forward slash symbol, and it says how many points you need to get to level 18. And then underneath that, it speaks to how you can level up if you are the points you need to level up. So it's like the difference between what you got and what you need. Those points to level up is what you're striving for. Okay? So as you are engaging in different people's lives, you want to always click that when you go into a live so you can see what's your number, what's your level up number. That level up number is the number you're collecting. So for example, let's say argument's sake, your level number was like the number 5. That means you got to do 5 coins, 5 points to get to the next level. You want to know that. So you might decide to level up in one room versus another room. Or, if it's a lot of numbers, maybe it's 200, or not 200, it's not super lot. Super, it's enough. So we'll say 200, 500. Then that's going to determine what type of engagement you're going to do. Maybe your gift that you give is a gift that's a 500-point gift versus a 200-point gift because you now know what you need to do. Okay. Um, so that's where that box follows you from live to live, the blue box. And so always know your level. Diana, let me know if you got that. Let me know if you have any questions about the blue box. And Denise, let me know if you have any questions. You have to have coins to get a blue box, so you're level 0. So you got to have coins to get a blue box. And TikTok on my phone here, it has like a little gold coin that you can click, and then that will take you to the web page to recharge there. It's a little cheap on the web page, on the website. So you want to go to www.tiktok.com/coin. You go there, you can recharge and get coins there. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, I see it. Perfect. Um, and so you want to go there and get coins, and then that's how you can send a gift. Okay. All right, friends. Coach Jesse, are you still with me? Let me know if you're still with me. I just turned my shopping cart off. Let me know if you have any questions. Anybody else have questions about what was discussed today? Coach Jesse, I see you in the room. I'm gonna send the invite. Are you available? I don't want to send it if you're not available. Okay, I'm here. Okay, I'm sending the invite now. Hello, friend.
Hello.
Hello.
Hold on one second. I was chewing. Sorry. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
I'm good. So, oh my God, I'm sorry. I just have put a whole handful of trail mix. But okay. Thank you, everybody. That's why I just wanted to come up and publicly thank everyone for being a part of yesterday. And yesterday was a very big deal to me. Not only because it's a near dear conversation to my heart, but the opportunity to hear other women's stories, and also the opportunity to be able to help someone even from afar. And it does carry weight. Um, because sometimes you have to recollect some of the things that it's just not something you just sit around and talk about. Um, but in trying to make sure that it's helping someone, you also have to go to a space of vulnerability. So, of course, um, I had to kind of decompress last night and everything, and definitely go into a place of prayer and worship and all of that. So I wanted to thank Nika Grace for holding down, the comments, the room, because I had told her, I was like, hey, can you help me mod? Because I've never done it on TikTok, and TikTok is different than the other communities. So I'm like, hey, I don't know how this gonna go, but and I didn't know if TikTok was gonna get me with the conversation. I wasn't sure, and I was like, but we did pray and everything beforehand, which I always do, but because of the level of vulnerability in the words and the things and all of that, the trigger, and so I know I was trying to keep up as much as I could, but because of the box covering some of the comment section, so it was like little, like literally like two lines at a time that I could like see, and the comments were commenting, they were moving. So I'm just thankful that she had told me she was gonna be doing cooking and all the things. So she was gonna do her best, but I'm thankful that she did more than her best. She did a lot, so it really helped a lot with keeping the room going, keeping the people engaged, and making sure that she put the disclaimer about the level of conversation that was taking place. So that really helped a lot. I don't know what was going on. I was trying to keep up with the gifts, the populars. So I don't know if you know anything of what happened there, but I asked. They said everything was fine. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if you were in the room. Because okay, well, I think I don't know if it was a glitch on Nika's side, or I don't know. But so I wanted to ask about that, but I guess you didn't know, or you wasn't in the room when that happened. And then same yesterday in the Fab Lab. So the Fab Lab, the system went down. The live manager, right as I was getting ready to go live, the live manager went offline, and it just decided I'm not going to work today. So I had already planned all of my products and everything in there. And when I got ready when I looked, I'm like, well, why does it say you're not live? And I'm like, I am. So I tried to refresh it, everything, and it wouldn't refresh, and it wouldn't say that I'm live. So I could see all of my products in there, but it did not connect to my actual live. So I was like, okay, so I've never done a shoppable live, like like the Fab Lab without the live manager. So I was like, well, okay, I gotta go to Plan B. So the people were coming in the room, but I was like, wait, guys, I don't have anything because nothing showed up in the cart either. So it just looked like I was just live, but that was it. But and I went through my 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 live event schedule. I was like, so I don't know what happened. And so I ended up manually putting the products in the cart and everything. And then so now I have to go in the cart and get them out as opposed to going through the live manager just doing it. So it was a little different because now I couldn't see my view, with the live manager view and all the things. So then I was using one of my other products for the first time. The product started talking during the live. I couldn't find the mute button or the volume button, and the thing was echoing me during the live. It was hilarious. We were cracking up, but it was really like a wild afternoon. So then Nika Grace was like, "Well, make me a mod." So that you can just kind of show the product and everything, and I'll just pin it for you. So I was like, okay, bet. I made her a mod, and she couldn't pin the products. I was like, wait, what? So I went in. I was like, well, let me see, if I put perks, because you could put the moderator could pin perks and all of the things, and so I put that. And she still couldn't pin
Hmm.
Um, the product. So the whole live just ended up being such an odd live. I mean, we were pushing through it, but it was odd. So I was like, well, so we say, well, we gotta talk to Doc tomorrow in our room to see what could have happened outside of the live manager going down. I don't know why it went down. I don't know why it didn't connect to my live, and then I don't know why the moderator wasn't working properly, or even if it could do that. Like I thought that if I give her access, that she should be able to, pin the product or unpin the product and things like that. And that was yesterday. And
Did
then
you go in? Did you go in and toggle on pin and unpin?
well, yes, it was there. And then the only thing that was not there automatically was when you have to give access to perks. They could pin perks and all of that.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, I don't think they can.
No, but I clicked that on.
You said the perks for what are you talking about? The not the live go.
No, 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 like perks, the discounts, and all of those things.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
that one is not that one you have to toggle on. So I toggled it on, and then I was like, try now. She was going out, coming back in. At one point, we couldn't even see her coming out, and then it was like, wait, wow. We saw her in the comment. I'm back. We're like, well, we never saw you came back. It didn't even show that she flew in or nothing. So it was a wild live. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was a fluke. I don't know what was going on. But I was like, we'll talk to you to see if there's any insight or anything that could have happened
I don't have
yesterday. That
I don't have anything that I can give in terms of insight. I mean, ultimately, what I will say is that when it comes to TikTok glitching right now, I mean that's possible. It could be a glitch that you experience. So maybe if you go back, it works today. Definitely when you do the moderator, I'm assuming you're looking at it from the um, the three dots in the corner, not just clicking her photo, but the three dots in the corner gives you more specifics. Yeah, about what you can offer that person. My skincare
yes,
products. Not sure why it wasn't working. We don't know how to do it. Yeah. So again, I would say make sure you. It must have been a glitch because I know my daughter was my mod for when I was doing TikTok Shop, and she was
I
able to pan
remember.
products and all that stuff. So it sounds like it was a glitch that maybe was happening, and that the system was just moving a little weird. So I would say go back and see if you can make her a moderator.
Yeah, well, she's gonna be a moderator. I hope she's available tomorrow because that's the next line. But that was that, and then the other thing is I realized in my live events, I mean not live events, in my live recordings that I had I got a recording of of the of Black Taboo's live because I was on her as a guest.
You can do that.
It gave me a recording of it,
Yeah, you
the
can.
whole live.
Yeah, yeah, you can set that feature.
That was like, how did I get it? I mean, I was like, wait,
She
I
has it
thought.
toggled on. She must have it toggled on where you can when she ends her live, anyone that was a guest that's in her live will receive that feature. When you go into your live recordings, there's a settings wheel. It's either three dots or a settings wheel. You can turn that on where you can set who receives a copy of your live stream.
I was like, wait, why would I have the whole live? I thought it was just gonna be like the highlight.
Mm-mm.
You know how you could give the highlight to somebody or
Yeah,
share highlights from the live or whatever. And I was like, but I got the whole thing.
yeah,
And okay.
yeah,
Oh, that's interesting. So you could just share that with anybody who you want to in that was a guest,
yeah.
not just someone like just in general. Unless you just want to share it with anybody. Like if I'm just sharing my live to at a live recording and just send it to Nika Grace and she wasn't a guest.
So if you go here, I'm on the guest thing. So hold on, let's go. Let me go a different way. I'm gonna go under live recordings. That's it. The spin wheel. So you go to your live recordings and you click that spin wheel in here. It's under here. So it says get notified of new highlights. That's not it. Share recordings with guests. I turn that off. And then I have it off right now. Share recordings with moderators. That is there. My daughter's the moderator.
I saw
So
that
there.
one.
Share highlights with gifters. I have that turned off. So you can turn all three of those on.
Okay, because I was like, I never got a recording from anybody. So okay, okay, that makes sense. I was like, well, I think that was I can understand it. So I knew I was going to ask questions. Like, oh, okay, let me find out, how that works. So, okay, yeah. So you okay? You could share it with also the you said the gifter.
Yeah, you can share highlights with the gifter. So like when somebody give you a gift, that highlight will go to them.
Okay, anyone who gives the gift.
Mm-hmm. With
Okay.
gifters. Yep.
Okay, yeah, but I've never used those features before. All right, well that's cool. I think that's very cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was it. And yeah, thank you everyone. So yes, the room was rooming. I don't know exactly the number of followers that I got because I had some followers from the day before and I think earlier in the day. So I didn't really count. Like I'm sure you able to see exactly the um the number from last night.
I would have to look you up for last night's live. Hold on one second. I don't know if it's gonna be.
I saw that it was over 2,000.
You saying
Uh,
for viewers for viewership
yeah, viewership, but I couldn't see the exact number of followers.
for the live itself. Hold on one
Yes.
second. Viewers. So viewership, it did get pushed out pretty good. It was 15,000 impressions. Viewers was 2,763 people. Um, in terms of new followers was 12. New followers was 12. Yep.
Oh, okay, it was 12. Okay,
Yep.
because my number of followers from yesterday that I saw, and I guess that was from the earlier part of the day. Because altogether, I think it said I had like 27 followers yesterday.
You only had one live that was on the 29th.
No,
The,
not the live. I'm talking about for the day.
oh, you're saying from your content as well, from your content page.
Yes,
Okay,
and I'm
gotcha.
talking about the whole day. Yesterday and the day before. Day before, I think I got it was like almost 30 followers. But I think also it's because I was on Black Taboo's uh, platform as a guest. So I think that those a lot of those came from there.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, because on the live stream, um, it counts obviously what happened in your actual live itself when you were live. So yeah, you're right. As a guest, like if somebody wanted to follow you in the chat right now, you wouldn't see the analytics for that. You would just know afterwards, like your new follower count will go up, and you can go and look at that you got new followers, but it's not part of the live stream.
Okay, yeah, yesterday definitely I saw that I had like 25 in total, but I didn't know like where it all come from. I honestly, I gotta go look to see where it all came from because I don't even know where it all came from. But I do think it was because of the content because I had put content up and trying to do better with the content or everything. But yeah, that was it. So, um, and my room has not looked like that since springtime, early spring.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean that's the benefit of having a guest as well because they could share the live out. I mean, it was a special event. You figure Holly Q holds her own with her followers too. And I know eNurse has a good follower community as well. And so I'm not sure about your other guests, but I think between the people you had that panel and rotating different people into a room, it was able to kind of really get a lot of new faces to your live stream. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So not a bad strategy. Kind of have the collab events and special events that you do, and just be, strategic and intentional about who you're bringing on. Okay.
Yes,
Yep.
for sure. Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
friend. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Um, Queen Sean, let me show you real quick. Let me know if you're still in the room. Let me show you real quick where to go, because you got a system notification for the agency. How you doing, Diamond? You got a system notification for the agency. So let me show you exactly where to go to see it. So if you are on your page, this is the agency's page. So if you're on your page, you want to go down to, let me flip my camera so you can see it. You're going to go to your inbox. You're going to go to your inbox. And in your inbox, you received a system notification from TikTok. This is TikTok's official way of communicating with you. And then when you click that system notification, it will say a message that says a creator network agency has invited you. You click that, it'll say launch your income agency, and then just go through the steps of accepting that invitation. Yep. And if you didn't get it, let me know. You can message this account too. This is my this is the official agency account. Your girl needs to do more content, but this is the official agency account. I'm gonna say hi in the chat real quick, so you guys can see it, and you can follow this page. Anybody can follow this page. I'll pin it. Okay, so this is the official agency account. Now, when you do accept, you'll probably get a message from this particular account. Okay, to let you know that you've been accepted. The person that was previously on, was she part of your agency, a student? Yeah, Coach Jessie, Miss Jessie, she's an agency. Yes, Miss Agent, Coach Miss Jessie, put a comment in so I could ping you as well, friend, so that Denise can connect with you. But she's in the agency. Um, Going to look now. Okay, perfect. Yep. So, I don't know if Miss Jessie. Okay, hey, she said hey. So she's pinned. If you want to connect with her, she's a good person to connect with. She does Miss Jessie motivates, and so she'll be a great person to help keep you motivated and encouraged as you go live. I am Yolanda. Um, she posted in school. I am Yolanda. Are you still here, friend? She posted in school that if you're interested in being part of the battle team, then she created a group chat. So everybody go into the group chat. I'm sorry, go into school and make sure you say you're interested if you want to be part of the battle team. Anybody who's looking to be a part of the battle team, go ahead and go into school and put a message in there. She made a group chat on TikTok. I'm assuming we are going to get together soon. I am Yolanda. I don't know if you left already. She might have left. But I'm assuming we're going to get together soon and talk about that. Okay? So just know the first step is to make sure you connect with her as well. Okay? And we'll get to chatting about that. Anybody else who is going live or battling in the next couple of days, flourish. And I know Coach Chantel are doing it tomorrow morning at 8:15 a.m. Any others that we need to keep up with? I don't know if we have any Friends and Learn going on Friday. I didn't hear that we did. So, um, but let me know if there's some people who are going to be going live. And then right now we have E-Nurse who is live with her community. We have Tiny Stiletto. She is live. Hopefully she don't get any R's of E's. And then Pastor Laverne and our friend Mariposa, they're both on live as audio lives. Nothing yet. Okay. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. What you mean? Oh, nothing yet for our friends alone. Gotcha. Okay. Halloween's one of those days where people take breaks. People are doing family and stuff like that. So I don't suspect that we'll have any a big turnout for tomorrow. Ideally, we should. That would be awesome if we did. Did that just flicker on me? TikTok, be nice. Yay, I did it. You did it. Awesome. Let me send you my message. So here's part two. Queen Sean, I'm so excited right now. You're so funny. I love it. He's like, I'm so excited. Okay, so Queen Sean, I didn't tell you. So I do a weekly Zoom call. This particular week, I'm not gonna do it because I'm gonna be in New York for. I'm gonna do a meet and greet in New York. I'm gonna be there for the New York marathons. I'm not running. I'm supporting, but I will be there. And so I'm not doing my Zoom on Sunday. So oh yes, Halloween tomorrow. Yes, Halloween tomorrow, y'all. This month is going by so fast. So I so my next Zoom will be the following. I'm gonna see if I can sneak in a Zoom on. I gotta see. It may have to be like either Tuesday or Thursday. I'm gonna see if I can sneak one in and do a quick Zoom for the community just to talk about Live Fest because that's gonna be up and running next week. So ideally Tuesday would be better. I'm gonna see if I can do it. Um, so Live Fest is gonna be up and running next week. We're gonna talk all things Live Fest, making sure people sign up for it, and then fast forward, we have a campaign that we're running in the month of October. So it's still time, but we have a couple campaigns. The recruitment campaign is happening. I think that's going to end up just rolling over to November. I don't think it's going to be any winners because we've had some moderate growth, but not the growth. You utilize an agent, yes. um, and then I do one-on-ones with my newbies, if well with my creators, and we have a data-driven approach. I teach you how to go and look at your data and make sure you're being very intentional about your data for growing your live stream. You just heard me, Denise. This is probably why you asked the question about Coach Jessie being in the agency because I did look at her data because she's in the agency, so I could see your data. So I was able to give her numbers. So yes, so I have data, and then you have data, and I want you to know, and I want you to look at your data and know how to leverage your data. Okay, I need another one-on-one with you. Okay, Lisa, send me a message. Send me a message. I'm not able to do meetings before Tuesday of next week. So Tuesday, any time between like 1 and 3 could work. 1 and 3 Eastern. I think you're probably gonna say evenings, so maybe we could find an evening time. But it'll be next week. I'll have meetings. I want to do more challenges. Okay, perfect. Well, you know what? The big one's gonna happen in November, Live Fest. So everybody's signing up for Live Fest. So everybody should be doing Live Fest. Live Fest is gonna have treasure boxes, y'all. Whew, if Community Fest was a thing, Live Fest is gonna be a thing too. I'm just gonna say that, y'all. So we're gonna have to do Live Fest. Live Fest is gonna be all of us are participating. So we'll have Live Fest if you gotta do some other campaigns. How do you sign up for Live Fest? It opens up on next Friday, the 7th. So that's why I was like, okay, we gotta make sure we meet as an agency so it's on people's radar, but it'll be out there. He said I will sign up. It'll be out there officially as of Friday the 7th of November. So we want to make sure everybody signed up. Even if you are somebody who is new, I want you to at least sign up so that you can at least have that exposure and that experience. Exposure in particular, because this is where TikTok will push more people into your room. So we want that exposure. Okay? We Zoom in Sunday. No, we're not. We're not. This Sunday I'm not because I'm going to be in New York. Yeah, so this Sunday I won't be able to do it. So don't Zoom this week. This is my first time not Zooming on Sunday, but I'm going to see if I can pick up a Zoom or either on Tuesday or Thursday. I'm going to see which day makes sense. By me not coming home, I don't get home, y'all, until Monday afternoon, early evening, actually. I think my flight comes back in around 5-ish. So I got to see what family life looks like when I come back and see if Tuesday makes sense. I may have to do Thursday, which is fine, I guess. So so when are we meeting? Um, Either Tuesday or Thursday of next week for Zoom. Since Sunday's are off week, this Sunday's not going to happen. I'm going to try my best to get a Zoom in on Sunday. I'm sorry, on Tuesday or Thursday. That's what I'm trying to do. And then I will be definitely meeting the next Sunday, Sunday the 9th. Sunday, November 9th, we definitely will be meeting as back to our normal schedule. November's just going to be a weird month when you think about it because of Thanksgiving too. So obviously we'll probably take off that weekend of Thanksgiving. So we'll see. Um, so it'll be like 2 meetings in the month of November just because of the way the month is shaking out. How you doing, Kevon? Thank you so much, friend. Look, Kevon. Um, so agency, one-on-ones, Zoom meetings, school platform for you, Queen Shine, as well as my webpage. In order to get invited to the Zoom and the school platform, you got to fill out my webpage. I'm about to send it to you now. It's going to come from the Launch Your Income Agency. Okay. Okay, what if I have a storefront, but it's new and it's not uploaded? Can I still use it? Storefront because you are a seller on TikTok? You sell your own products or do you sell someone else's products? Like a showcase. You said storefront, so I'm thinking you're a seller. I miss answer when we will meet. Lisa, message me. Lisa Bailey, message me on TikTok. Okay, send me a message. Um, for us to do a one-on-one. I think that's what you're asking me. Send me a message on TikTok and then we'll find a time. Okay? So yeah, send me a message on TikTok. So that way I have it. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so send me a message and we'll find a time to meet. Okay? Let me know if you got that. I don't want you to feel like, oh, she didn't answer my questions. Send me a message on TikTok. So yeah, in the inbox. I think you're trying to do it here. So send me a message on TikTok. Okay, no, I am new to this digital world and trying to understand and possibly do all of it. Okay. Um, with your follower count, I'm going to assume that you click the button for TikTok Shop for Seller and that you have a product. Where's my candle? My son moved my candle, y'all. Okay, he put it on the side. So if you make your own candles and you want to sell your candles on TikTok and you want to have a storefront, a shop, you would put your candles that you make and that you're going to ship to people, you would put those in your shop. However, if you wanted to promote or be an affiliate for someone's, yeah, hey, the candle came out, for someone's light or maybe somebody's lip gloss, elf, this is the elf lip gloss, and you wanted to sell these products, because I had my shopping cart on a little while ago, and get a commission, that's what you would do. Okay. Um, and so you would put that in, that's a showcase, that's not a shop. So that's what you would do for a TikTok shop for creator versus seller. This is the seller. So I'm assuming you got a seller account and TikTok is messaging you to put your products and set up your seller account. Now, did you mean to have a seller account? Do you have your own products that you want to sell? And if the answer is no, then ignore those messages from TikTok and don't set up your showcase. I guess the other question is, do you have a business account too? Okay, IPMU, but I am talking about a group Zoom. Lisa, I don't have a group Zoom time yet. That's what I was saying. I said I'm gonna either do Tuesday or Thursday. I have to decide and determine which day it will be. I don't have an answer yet. So I have to tell you guys, I'll send you an email and I'll put in the school account. But I don't have a group Zoom meeting scheduled, identified yet. I still need to decide what day I do. When I come back from New York, I'll make a decision. Okay. Okay, cool. Gotcha. Yep. Yep. So, yeah. My next official meeting I know I'm going to do is November 9th. So, if nothing else, November 9th at 6:30 on Sunday. That is for sure. Nothing should come between me doing that. So November 9th at 6:30. Yeah, see you all later. I'm on my panel on grief. Okay, okay, friend. Take care. No, I'm selling digital products possibly. Okay, so digital products you cannot have you can't have a shop for it. Those are for physical products. Again, if you have a I'm sorry. If you have a physical product, you would have a shop. Digital products means that you have a creator account, and that's what you're doing. You would do a creator account and sell your digital product. Okay. All right, friend. All right. Let me know if there's any questions. Queen Shot, I'm sending you my message now. If you're still here, Queen Shine, drop a heart if you're here heading back to work. Take care. Thank you so much, friends. I'm about to get off in like 2 minutes or so. Um, Let me know if there's any other questions. Okay. Um, yep. To you. You got it. You got my message right now. I just hit send. You just got a message from my agency account. Okay? And it tells you to go to my webpage. I'm sending you the webpage link. It tells you to go there to complete the contact form. Okay? So that's what you would do. Have a good afternoon, everyone. Definitely leaving out. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for all you do. God, keep blessing all your efforts. Oh, appreciate you, friend. So come back. Let me know if you have any other questions, Lisa, Denise, and let me know if you have any. If you go live, message us, message me, and that way you have hopefully one or two some people in the room. The very first couple of lives you don't get a whole lot of people, so don't get discouraged. But it is based on repetition, showing up. Have a blessed day. Thank you, Leanne. I appreciate you all. Appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Appreciate the support, friends. Let me know if there's other questions before I head off. You guys are awesome. We're going to keep doing this, y'all. We're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep showing up and going live. There is so much going on that we can do well. Okay? There's enough room for all of us. Thank you so much. Thank you for your help. I look forward to the new journey. You got it, friend. Look at you. Appreciate that, October. Thank you for that. Um, So we are doing it, friends. This is our time to shine. Queen Shine. All right, friends. Thank you all who came in and supported the live. I will be back at 4 p.m. Eastern. So I go live at 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern daily. I'm going to be back at 4. So I appreciate everybody being here, and I will see you all later. Take care. Bye-bye. Collect your points if you have any points to collect. Collect those points. Hey, Yvette. I'm about to head out, Yvette. All right. Take care, friends. Bye-bye. All right, friends. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate everybody joining the live. Um, I'll see you all later. Take care. Bye bye.